What's up, Jets fans? Overcoming technical difficulties on a Saturday. What is going on? Look, we are going to get back to the chaos. We are going to get to that and back to the chaos in a second. But one thing I want to know is, am I going to get hooked up with a free place to stay in Tahiti? Let's find out. Don't not be Thibodeau. And here it comes. It's about to come in. Oh my God. They didn't. They took Sauce Gardner. Oh my God, they don't want an edge. Maybe he likes Jermaine Johnson at 10. Then we're not going to get a wide receiver?
Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. Oh my God, no edge.
Was sitting there and just
The Jets traded up. The Jets traded up. Are we taking JJ? Are we taking JJ? Because I know Braden is in New Zealand saying, we should get Lily, Mike. He's definitely saying that. JJ! We got Johnson! We got Johnson at 26! We got Johnson at 26! This is great! Yes! They took Roger McCreary, they didn't take Dean, and we traded up. We can get the Kobe Dean. We can get the Kobe Dean. It really is. They took Brees Hall. They took Brees Hall. Wow. I mean, look, I love Brees Hall. But there's also Jeremy Ruckert, who I think is the best tight end in the class personally. They took Jeremy Ruckert. He took Jeremy Ruckert. Yes. We got a Jeremy. We got a Jeremy. Oh, and the Jets pick, and it's Max Mitchell, offensive tackle. We needed that. That's wow. We took Michael Clemens. I never heard of him. A defensive edge. Hello, everybody, and everybody, hello. Surprise Saturday night show out of nowhere. Dakota, always the first one here, always a lot to say. Jeffrey R. is promoting a Tumblr, I believe. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm not really allowed to talk about it and promote products or anything like that, but I think this is kind of unofficial. I won't get in trouble for it because we're not saying any company name, right, or anything like that. I'm not pushing them to a website to buy something. I'm just saying Jeffrey R. is trying to tell everybody something, and you might be interested, and maybe if Jeffrey, if you are on Twitter or Instagram and you look up Jeremy Cravat, on Twitter it's at Jeremy Cravat, at Jeremy Cravat 2, Jets Chaos, at Cravat, Jeremy Cravat 2, or Instagram, which is just, you could username is Jets Chaos, one word. Well, it's Jets Chaos with Jeremy, one word. Or you could just say Jeremy Cravat and find me that way. And if you send me the picture, then I could share a picture. If I think it's good stuff that I think people would want and be interested in, I could post that for you. So, yeah, you just do that. Dutch Vanderlind, how are you? Did I say it right? Is it Dutch Vanderlind? Or do I have to say it slower because it's different words? Because, I would think Vanderlind could be one word. Dutch Vanderlind. That's how we'd say it in Brooklyn. But we could say Dutch Van der Lind. Or, no, I did it. I one more try. Dutch Van der Lind. You tell me which one. Where's Arthur? LOL. Tahiti. That's why I made a reference to Tahiti before, because I thought maybe Dutch Vanderland, if he likes my show, will put me up in Tahiti, the free place to stay. And then, oh no, wait a second. I already saw something that might give a clue of who he really is. Okay, good evening, Jeremy. Good evening, Maximilian. Good to see you. I have a plan, Max. He has a plan. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Hank G. We got a lot to talk about today. Today was an exciting practice. Mr. Reese is in the house. I offered him a job, guys. He just needs to move to Sacramento. I doubt Jeremy is an RDR fan, though. RDR? Yeah, I don't even know who they are. If it's an acronym, spell the whole thing out for me. Chiefs in the clutch. What's going on, kid? And hello. You can't fight nature, Mark. That seems like too much of. That doesn't seem like that could be J. Cole, because He wouldn't know to write something like that. That would be the most like adult sentence he ever typed in his life. You can't fight nature. Like he doesn't know about that expression. He doesn't know how to talk like that. What's up, ladies and ladies? I posted them in the forum, Jeremy. Cool. They're in the forum. Which forum? Oh, on Discord? Okay. Yeah, if I know where to find them, I'll get them. I'll copy them and do it. They don't call it chaos for nothing. Whoever expects chaos. Look at this. Everybody's here. Tons of people in the house. Vino is here. Vino. It always makes me want to drink a glass of wine. Jet Nation has a picture, Jeremy. Oh, Jet Nation. Okay. Well, I'll go there and look for it. I killed big jets, big dolphins, and big pats. You see, that's what makes me suspicious. Dakota Snowball's here. Daniel Faust is here. He's the man. Old Dave Etchery is here. He's the man. No, Maximilian's the man. No, Vino's the man. No, Mark Reese is the man. You guys are all the men. So, training camp today. Garrett Wilson. Remember how I called that when they picked him at 10? I was all freaked out that we didn't have an edge. I went, Garrett Wilson. He's not an edge. But he's certainly lighting up training camp, isn't he? They showed some plays where he made some spectacular catches. Now, I know it's not a real NFL game. I know that they're in shorts. But let's put this into perspective. Even though it's not a real game and they're not dressed up in equipment, I get that. But, you think a rookie coming in, he's nervous, he's trying to impress everybody, he's figuring out the new system, figuring out routes. Usually their mind is overloaded with everything that's going on. And that's what makes it so surprising that he's making catches like that, because you think that means he's so focused and relaxed, right? To be able to do that. Like, he's been able to get onto that field, and when he gets on the field, all that outside stuff gets shut off, and he's just the kid we drafted. That's a really good sign, because that's what we want it to be during the game, right? If a ball's coming at him, we don't want the distraction of the crowd, an overwhelmed person that's, gets some drops or is just feels that he's out of place. We want a kid that's comfortable. And if he could shut everything around him off and be that focused, that's an amazing thing. And he made some really, really beautiful catches today. I mean, if we didn't already have Elijah Moore and, Corey Davis coming back and Berrios, if we didn't have all, Breece Hall and Sauce Gardner and all these exciting things, and it was a normal year for the Jets where we didn't have a genius in JD and we just had one of our crappy GMs of the past, we'd be going nuts right now for Garrett Wilson, because he'd be a guy that we have never seen this before. The Jets actually drafted the right guy. Look, we're only 4 practices in, but it's really, really encouraging to see him making great catches, improving. I know early in the spring they said he was struggling with the routes and learning the routes, and you're not hearing that now. The fact that he's getting the ball thrown his way means he's in the right place. And they're saying it too. They're saying that he's learning fast. He's picking it up really quick. This is all great news, guys. Great news. We know he's fast. We know he's got hands, and he uses his hands to catch the ball. The point of it really is. It's a good thing he has strong hands too. All that is good. What's left when you have those things is the thing you can't measure, and that's just how they're mentally going to react to the speed of the NFL and the pressure and the stress and just everything that goes with being an NFL player. And so far, check, so far. Fans in the crowd watching him, first time as a Jet and as a professional, check, didn't impact him. So this is all good stuff. And we know that. Look at the secondary that's in camp. It's not like we got a bunch of scrap guys that we're going to end up cutting, like that are thoughtless no names that we brought in, right? We're not that team anymore. Even if he's not going against Gardner or Reed, there's still Eccles and Hall. So we got 4 guys with those other 2 guys have Eccles and Hall have extensive experience. Eccles played 14, 15 games he started last year. And, Bryce Hall even more. What does he have, like 20 starts already, right? He had a good year last year. And then even the guys behind them, like Guidry and, Michael Carter II, right? Or Isaiah Dunn, or what's his name, Wild Goose. Like everybody there has something exciting about them. Like all those guys are real guys. They're not nobodies. Like everybody's like, Wild Goose, can we protect him because people like him and he shows promise. It's like whoever Garrett Wilson is making these plays against, they're real guys. It's not like some guy who's going to be packing your groceries for you. So it's exciting. It's a really cool way to get started, to see one of our draft picks really doing well. Yeah, he's looking like he's going to be a stud. And what's great and really exciting is that aside from just Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall is amazing. And I knew he would be. And everyone's going to say, oh, I didn't take an NFL snap, Jeremy. I know. But he's already eye-popping. Like the other players are already saying, this guy is different. The fans of the crowd were saying, we haven't seen this in a long time. So he's already stand out. Okay? He's already making eyebrows go up and eyes come out of their head. People are already saying, wow. The media, even the media, the negative media is saying, wow. The ability, and it's the ability we talked about. It's the ability we were excited about when we drafted him. It's the ability to stop, to do a move on the line of scrimmage, pick the right direction. He has great instincts, but it's not just that. It's the speed in which he accelerates, the explosiveness, the fact that he can stop and start again and be at full acceleration, full speed before the defense can. And that's what Garrett Wilson does on his routes, by the way. When he does his little juke moves, he's able to go from a hesitation to an explosion in full speed. And that's what crushes the people trying to defend them, because he puts on a good move. He gets them off balance where they fall for it a little bit for a slight second, and then he's gone. And what's great is on the other side of the ball, Gardner, we have a guy who doesn't fall for it, or a guy that's able to explode and make up the ground anyway. So we have, what I'm saying is, between Breece Hall, Gardner, who we didn't talk about, I just mentioned him, is playing great, by the way. We're getting great feedback about Gardner. Garrett Wilson, you're talking about 3 guys right off the bat that are playing great. When did that happen in our history? Remember, it used to be like with the Giants, with this guy Tony. Oh, this one's got a foot problem. This one's got that. When does it go so good for us? So 3 out of our 4 picks, 3 out of the top 4 picks are already, eyeballs are coming out. All of them individually. We'd be happy on any year for the Jets just to have one new player that people are talking about. Used to be exciting. We don't even know what to talk about anymore. We're so excited. Because, when have we been in this position? Everybody says, oh, we got to win games. We got to win games. No. Before the games start, we have to win games. Can we enjoy this? Can we have a moment to enjoy that we have so many people to be excited about? We can't even focus on one. There's so many years we have one guy to talk about. Is he going to be good? Is he going to be good? Like one guy. And now all of a sudden, here we are. And I don't talk about first. We got Garrett Wilson, we weren't talking about as much, or I wasn't. I was excited about him, but I was like, hey, he's the rookie. Let him cook for a year. We got Elijah Moore and Corey Davis. Maybe he'll get in and do some things. Whatever. Take it easy. Take time. And now I'm like, I can't wait to get this kid on the field because he's ridiculous and makes ridiculous catches. And that's exactly what Zach Wilson needs. Right? To have receivers help you, to carry the load, because the quarterback can't be perfect every play. They can't constantly put the ball in the perfect place. They're under pressure. They got a million things going on. They're going to make mistakes. To have receivers that could win contested catches, to have receivers who can dive and get the ball when it's low or go up top and pull the ball in, this is huge. It's going to be such a big help to our quarterback. We should be super excited about it. So let's get him on the field. And then Breece Hall. If this trend continues, if Breece Hall's going to get in there game 1
and start doing change of direction plays and pounding with his power and his elusiveness and making himself skinny, which is this magic that he has if you watch his college tape, it's going to be crazy because we have a good offensive line now. We're good. Our offensive line is ready. As long as they're healthy, they're ready. There's going to be holes. There's going to be good blocking, and this kid is going to light it up for us. And that's going to change our team so dramatically and more than any other team in the NFL understands. Like how good could they have been? Whatever. They were 4-13 last year. But you get an offensive line that starts winning in the trenches, and you establish a running game with a special running back. And don't forget Michael Carter, because he's also very special. I mean, he was doing it with a broken up offensive line, and he was doing it because the guy doesn't get tackled at first contact. But now you're going to stick in a guy like Breece Hall. Now you're going to stick in a guy who could have been a top 10 pick in an NFL draft in any other era of football. Give me a break. This is insane. And then we get to talk about this other guy on the defensive side, Sauce Gardner, forgetting that Carl Lawson is coming back, the guy we were most excited about last year, the guy that everybody is saying this year looks the same. You wanted a report on how he looks. Is he going to get better? Is he going to heal? So far, they're saying he looks the same. JFM went, if you hadn't seen it, watch the press conference with JFM, and he says that Carl Lawson looks the same, meaning he's at it. He's full speed. So you got Sauce Gardner, you got Carl Lawson coming back. That's so excited. And we haven't even talked about JJ. But you know what? Outside of just JJ, right now, the better pass rusher than him, and this is okay, might be this guy we got from the Texans, Jacob Martin. Because they believe in this scheme, he's going to work some magic. They're going to work magic with this guy. From watching him and watch what he was able to do in the NFL and thinking about their scheme and what he's going to be asked to do here, they're believing that this guy's going to be special. So don't sleep on Jacob Martin. Also, another guy who's dominating camp. And we all thought that if we were getting good edge play, this would happen, is Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is lighting it up. I'm sounding like Harrison now, but I can't help it because it's so true. And now we're hearing that Quinnen Williams is lighting it up. Lincoln Tomlinson, a Pro Bowl offensive guard, is wowed by this kid. That, again, watch his press conference. Watch his face when he talks about Quinnen Williams. Watch what he's saying about him. He's not saying he's playing good. He's saying, this kid's special. This kid is special. And that's coming from a Pro Bowler, from the guy that's practicing against him. This guy is special. This guy is different. And I didn't know this, but this guy, Freddie Solomon, or whatever, I didn't know he had so much respect from other players. Because the other players, everybody in their press conferences on the defense is talking about this guy. That they love this guy. He's the hardest worker. He's a great leader. He's always talking football. We didn't even get into the new acquisitions. This is why when people say, well, Jeremy, how is our defense going to improve from being 32nd in the league? Really? How are they going to improve from being 32nd in the league? Are we sleeping? Look how much talent has just come onto this defense that wasn't there. Carl Lawson, knock on wood, he stays healthy, is finally going to take the field. That's a big deal. Jacob Martin is a solid player that's going to add depth with guys like Huff that were there last year, JFM, playing the middle of the outside. We know he's a good player. Now we're going to stack JJ in there too. And then you're going to put in, and we didn't even talk about him. We didn't even talk about this guy, DJ Reed. All of a sudden, our number 1 and 2 cornerback from last year is our number 3 and 4. And we got this spectacular young freaking generational superstar potentially in Sauce Gardner, potentially. And we got DJ Reed. And we didn't even talk about Jordan Whitehead. We got an experienced, has Super Bowl ring wearing, heat sinking missile in Jordan Whitehead. I mean, this is a different defense. And guess what? We signed a guy named Quan Alexander. And I'm not saying Quan Alexander's not a Pro Bowler, but let's put this in perspective. He knows the system. He's played for Salah for 2 years. So we're not dealing with a Quincy Williams, who's, by the way, a great athlete and doing incredible things, but didn't know the system. He didn't have training camp. He came in, and because of that, there were plays where he looked really bad. It's not going to happen to Quan Alexander. He's not going to look really bad. He's going to start with on the ground running.
He knows the system. He's playing what he's used to playing. There's no learning curve for him. By the time game one starts, it's like he's back wearing a Niners uniform. He's just playing the position, and he's playing it well. And guess what? CJ Mosley now has people around him that are going to be improved, and he's going to have help. And he got the rust out. He went 2 years without playing, got a season in. And now he comes back knowing this system. So you got a huge upgrade in the linebacker position because, like I was saying before, I didn't get to it, but Quincy Williams, I believe, will be improved. Why wouldn't Quincy Williams be improved? Why wouldn't he be better? He had great plays. He was good. But his bad plays were not knowing the system. He wasn't comfortable yet. He was making mistakes. We eliminate those mistakes, and he's decent. And now that's depth because now you got they're saying Sherwood looks healthy, looks great, wasn't restricted at all. So you got the young guys still developing. Nasaldine, you got those guys. And a lot of times we're only got 2 linebackers on the field. So now we have a choice. Pick your 2. Do you want Quan Alexander with CJ Mosley or do you want Quincy Williams out there? It's building, guys. It's building. It's not the same defense. This is a different team. Let's talk about safety, the other safety position. Last year we were using Elijah Riley, Redwine, Ashton Davis because we had no choice. Now they're competing to back up LaMarcus Joyner. And don't worry about LaMarcus Joyner's time on the Raiders. You can't count that. He was out of position. They took a safety and tried to turn him into a cornerback. And when it didn't work the first year, for whatever reason in the world, they did it again. Because maybe they didn't have anybody else better. Now he gets to go back to his position. We get LaMarcus Joyner back in his position where he has played and built a name for himself at. Now, is there some question marks? Yeah. But we never talk about what if he resumes his career the way he played safety before he went to the Raiders. What will that look like for us with a guy like Whitehead playing back there with him? With Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed and Michael Carter. Look at that secondary. That wasn't last year. Last year didn't look like that. Last year we had JFM and Huff. And who's the guy that we picked up? Shaq Lawson or whatever, right? Now we have Carl Lawson, Jacob Martin, JJ, new draft pick. We have JFM who could still play outside or inside. We have Huff coming back healthy. We have Vin Curry coming back. It's a different world. We're in a different world than last year. I'm crazy excited. We should be excited. There's no reason why we should not be excited. We should be going absolutely crazy right now with excitement. And as we get closer, I'm getting more and more excited and more confident that we're going to compete. We're going to be real. And it's not about, yes, maybe we get 9 wins, maybe we get 7 wins or 8 wins. But before we talk about wins, can we talk about just coming together as a team and showing up to the games and not being embarrassed? How about just having big plays where we look like the big team? How about we push people around and punch them in the face? How good is it going to feel when our defensive line takes over and terrorizes the other quarterback? Terrorizes. What is it going to be like when Carl Lawson, Williams, and Jacob Martin and JJ and JFM are exploding and all having big games and dominating? Sacks and tackles for losses. Pressures that cause turnovers. We haven't had that feeling forever. When is the last time we had that? Guys who can come in and if they put it together are capable of dominating. When have we had that excitement? Yeah, we might lose games because we're young and inexperienced. We're not there yet. We have a lot to prove. But just to have games like that, just to be able to show up and have games like that, just to start there, that's not going to feel good to you? I mean, we've got to be so happy with that. There's time. I know. Well, it feels like there's not time because we waited so long. But the attitude can't be we have to win now or we didn't get better. We have to come out and do some things and have some fun and win some games and be special. There's plenty of time for our kids to grow up. There's plenty of time for the team to gel. We are in the beginning of this. Not something that's going to end in 2 years. These are kids that we're developing. This is going to be the core of our team for the future. This year is just, we're putting it together. This is the second year of putting together that core. It's crazy, crazy exciting. You got to do it now. If you can't enjoy anything. You can't enjoy being a fan if you can't enjoy this. So where was I? Oh, okay. A lot of you stayed. Thank you. Sorry about that. Oh, here it comes. I was not faking. I was totally disconnected. Yeah, it's total chaos. And I was on a rant too. I was on a good rant. Yeah, man. I was waiting for somebody to bring up Green Bean with that. I don't know where I left off, but as you can see, I'm excited about the upcoming season. Very, very excited. Yeah, I know the false start is still up there. I get it. I don't have time. It's hard to, while I'm on air, deal with that. It's stupid because I set up tomorrow's show and then I started the wrong show. Just in case any of you are wondering what happened. Let me see if I can delete that sucker. 34 seconds. Must be that one. 14 views. Okay, how do I do this? I just got to move that one into visibility, private. Okay, that should take care of it. Twisted. We won't have anybody going in there for the false video. All right, so nobody is agreeing or disagreeing with me. You guys are just hanging out talking to each other while I'm rambling away. I bet it took about 5 minutes to realize I even froze. It's like, well, we could still talk to each other. I know. I was on a good rant, man. I was on a rant. An exciting rant. Jeez. I'm back, buddy. I'm back. You went to get some coffee? You know how much sugar and cream I put in my coffee? If you guys knew how much sugar and cream I put in my coffee, you would be, I thought we were all happy. Who's upset? I don't know, man. A lot of people are still complaining. Do you go on Twitter? I should stay away from Twitter. That's what it is. I should stay away from Twitter. That's the culprit. It's Twitter. Freaking Twitter, man. They're out there in the world acting like the Jet fans on Twitter. It's hard to even believe they're Jets fans. It's like everybody's Modine on Twitter. It's like the world is coming to an end. We're awful. By the way, I'm putting my other monitor. I'm putting on this show so I can see the chat better. And an ad comes up. That's pretty cool. I know you guys probably hate it. One of the nice things I could have said about my show for the last 7 months is there's none of those annoying ads. You click and it just opens up and you're watching the show. Now you got to deal with those ads. And you know how much they pay me for that? About a penny. If you think I'm lying, you're wrong. I get a penny total. About 100 people, maybe I get 5 cents. It's actually humorous. 200 subs north of 1K already rolling. Yeah, I don't understand it, man. And it's so funny, YouTube. I finally hit 1,000, and it takes off to 1,200, and then it stopped, and I'm at 1,200 for like 3 days, and I don't care anymore. But I'm not obsessing over it. But it's kind of interesting. I was just about to say I can't even enter my friend's stream anymore without commercials coming on. That's how you know you made it big time, buddy. Yeah, big time. I'll when I save up enough nickels, I'll buy you a hot dog at Nathan's. Where are you, New York Jets fan? Where are you? What we wouldn't give to have you back on this channel. Everybody misses you. You weren't here yesterday. Yeah, all chaos broke out. You probably would have gotten them out of the chat sooner. I was giving too much attention to people. People got upset. And where was Nick? Nowhere to be found. Now I can't even do something I was trying to do. Where are you, Nick? Where is Nick, everybody? Where is Nick? Why doesn't he want to be on YouTube anymore? I know what it is. He's mad because we outed him. We let everybody know that Nick Shine is really a Taylor and ham guy, and that all of his friends think he is a pork roll and ham guy, and he doesn't want them to find out because he's scared. So that's what's going on. So Nick is mad because I outed him. By the way, Twisted left a comment on my fake video, the one that didn't work out, and the comment says, "Snacks, what the hell? You ate the video?" What does this mean? Jeremy's OnlyFans account is almost at 1,000 subs too. I don't have an OnlyFans account, do I? Is that something I have and I don't even know about? What are you talking about? You get me all excited now. Is there some other thing I should be paying attention to? Dakota, you're praying. Okay. You're with me, lad. I'm with you too. Nick did offer to come on last night if you were still online in 30 minutes. Oh, I didn't even see that. And then we ran away. We said, quick, Nick's coming. You don't understand. When I get to the stadium on 9/11, I'm going to be looking over my shoulder because that guy, after the, I've been going around telling people he calls it Taylor ham, telling everybody. Eventually, some of his friends are going to find out. Like Mark Reese is going to tell his buddies, like in the neighborhood. And, actually, Nick lives in an area that calls it Taylor ham eggs. Nick is sitting there alone. He's an oddball for North Jersey. North Jersey recognizes and calls it Taylor ham, eggs, and cheese on a roll. Isn't that right, Mark Reese? Don't we call it Taylor ham in Northern New Jersey? It's South Jersey that calls it pork roll. People who don't know about food. People who just eat anything. They don't understand. It's like asking for boar's heads. You don't just eat whatever they give you. You don't let them use the poor brand. You don't let them use some crappy, non-real meat version of pork roll. You say Taylor ham. What the hell did you just say? Wow, what the F? I just scammed Wicked. I'm out. What do you mean you just scammed Wicked? I don't know what that means. You just scammed Wicked. What does scamming Wicked mean? Oh, sorry guys. Wait a second. I sent them the wrong one. I don't know. 1 second. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I messed up. Okay. We're going to have a special guest for you right now, guys. He's coming. It's gonna be a special guest, but it's gonna take a little second because I copied the wrong link, unfortunately, and he's going into a show that's been expired. So 1 second. Maybe one day I'll actually get it right and be prepared for this. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little exercise, okay? I want you to put in the chat who you are the most excited about. And I'm going to give you the choice of players. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to give you a choice of players. Jets mess. I hope you're here right now. I really hope you're here for what I'm about to do because it's so much funny. It's so funny and enjoyable when you know it's coming. I want everybody to name the New York Jet that they're most excited about. Who, if you had to pick one, I know Stephen Angle, you're excited about the defense, but if you had to pick one player that you're the most excited about, who's that one player that stands above everybody else and you just can't, you're just so excited about them and what they could potentially do? Come on. There we go. Copy. Here we go. And where is he? There we go. Here you go, you big beluga. Okay. Okay, so let's see who we got here so far. We got, oh no, I got to go backwards. Jeffrey R. was the first to chime in with Breece Hall. I'm excited about Breece Hall too. Maximilian, people are forgetting there's still Zach Wilson to be excited about, and he's up 2-1. Yeah, man, Zach Wilson. Steve Angle is insisting that it's the defense he's excited about, not one player. Okay. Hank G, Breece Hall. Okay. Stephen Angle, fence. Oh, that's the second part of D, defense. Okay. John Nolte, Zach Wilson. Really, John Nolte? You? Huh. Boy, have you changed in 7-8 months. Vino is excited about Elijah. I assume that is Elijah Moore. I don't blame you. I'm excited about him too. Zach, a lot of people excited about Zach. Oh, laddie, Zach. Braden loves those defenders. Lloyd, mate. If it can't be Lloyd, then I'm excited about Carl Lawson. Okay. Sounds like we need a poll. I know I have to figure out how to use the polls, and I will. Okay, everybody. Let's give him some music so he feels special because he always feels like he tells me that I'm abusive. I don't respect him. He feels hurt. So, music. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the man who's going to kick my butt when he sees me in person because I'm messing with pork roll versus Taylor ham. Big Nick Shine.
I'm going to tell you something right now.
Yeah.
You better start doing wind sprints out there because I'm not stopping the car when I pick your ass up from the airport. It's going to be rolling and you're going to have to dive in, buddy.
I'm going to have to throw my suitcase into the car and then run to catch up again. I'm going to throw my suitcase and then fall behind. And then I have to run to catch up again and then pull myself in.
I'm going to put double-sided tape all over the car. You just have to throw yourself to it and stick to it. Taylor ham. What kind of crap? Taylor ham, he said.
Where is Nick from? They want to know where you're from.
Woodbridge, New Jersey, Central Jersey.
Oh, so that's considered Central Jersey?
Yes. You only know Central Jersey if you're from it. If you're in the north or if you're in the south, you don't think there's a Central Jersey. But when you are from Central Jersey, you know there is one.
So
because we don't want to be a part of the north or the south.
Right. Now, would Stephen Angle be considered Central Jersey? He's in Maurepas, whatever that place is.
Marlboro?
No, not Marlboro. Maurepas or no. Maripith or Marin or
Morristown, Morganville.
No, it's where people go to retire.
Florida?
No. It's like there's a Wawa over there. It's
Margate. There's Wawas. Yeah, so there's Wawas all over New Jersey now.
American or something. Oh, Monmouth.
Manahawkin
County, Monmouth. You never heard of it? Monmouth County?
Monmouth. Oh, it's from Monmouth County. Yeah, that's South Jersey.
That's south. So that means that he calls it Taylor ham, right?
I forget which is what. No, I think South Jersey calls it pork roll.
Oh, South Jersey.
Now
I thought that North Jersey calls it Taylor ham. Oh, yeah, and South Jersey calls it pork roll. And you're saying that Central Jersey calls it pork roll also, or are they mixed?
Majority. My whole argument is this. When you look at all the brands, they all say pork roll. None of them say Taylor ham. It's like making up. It's like me calling Budweiser hoogity boogity. You're calling it something that doesn't actually exist.
Right. Right. Now, Green Bean would argue it's like Band-Aid. You call it a Band-Aid even if it's not the right brand. When you go to Safeway and get the Wallbounds, and get the Wallbounds brand, let's say, or the ShopRite brand of bandages, you still call it a Band-Aid. So he's saying that Taylor, since they're the big company, if you're going to get ham on your egg sandwich, you call it Taylor ham because that's the company name. You're saying, but now to your defense,
The product
when
name
I order
is
a bacon, when I order a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, I don't say, give me an Oscar Mayer bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and say that's the name of it. I say bacon, egg, and cheese. Now, in New York, I'd probably say ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. I wouldn't say pork roll. We didn't use the term pork roll. But I guess if the name on the package for years was pork roll, and that was the product that was going on my sandwich, I could see myself calling it a pork roll, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Let me use the beer reference. If you went into a bar and you wanted a Miller Lite and you said, give me a beer, and they just gave you any beer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you want a Miller Lite, you say the actual product that you want. Taylor Ham, John Taylor's Ham is the name of a company. Even on that box, the product says pork roll. You order pork roll. Because the John Taylor Ham Company has multiple meats that they put out.
Right.
It's just lazy to me if you say Taylor Ham. Because most of these places have Trenton pork roll. Like I went to a bunch of different stores like 2-3 years ago and took pictures of every product. Trenton pork roll. I have a list of them on my old Facebook account. There's like 7-8 pictures. Not one of them says Taylor Ham. They all say pork roll. It's pork roll.
They're calling you Nick
And
Mango.
I'm on 4 blood pressure medications, and you can't be doing this shit to me. I told you about this. We need to keep the conversation calm. You can't get me worked up. And this is the first fucking thing you throw at me on a Friday night or Saturday night as I'm trying to watch SummerSlam with my son. That's why I'm not on the laptop, because we got Peacock hooked up to the TV and we're watching SummerSlam.
Oh, I didn't know SummerSlam is on. What's the main event? Wait a second. Isn't Brock
Roman
Lesnar
Reigns
fighting?
and Brock Lesnar?
And right now Roman Reigns has the belt, right?
Yeah, he's had the belt for like 500.
Okay, and
days.
he's the heel now, right? And now Brock is the face.
Yeah, he's got Paul Heyman, so he's the heel.
Okay, and then isn't there a guy, some weird guy I've never heard of until very recently, that has the money in the bank who's going to come out and try to beat the loser?
Give me 2 minutes. Let me reboot my phone because my reception is crap right now. You're breaking up a lot. Let me reboot the phone and I'll be right back in. Okay.
Yeah, there's some new wrestler that I don't know because I don't watch as much anymore, who's trying to he has the money in the bank thing, and he keeps saying that he's going to come in there, and yeah, man, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. My wife has to do all these papers. She's busy. My dog is like laid out on a bed and can't move. There's nothing to do. So I just came up here and got online. If you can't get Taylor ham, do you go with another brand of pork roll? Yeah, I think that they use Trenton, he's saying. He's saying a lot of people use a product called Trenton pork roll. So my question really is, and when he comes back, we'll ask, if it's a place that uses Trenton pork roll and somebody comes in and says, can I have Taylor egg and ham and cheese sandwich, do they bother to tell them? Do they look at them and say, we don't got Taylor ham? Besides, even if we use Taylor, the brand, we wouldn't give you Taylor ham. We'd give you Taylor pork roll, you idiot. Or do they just give them the Trenton pork roll and not say anything? The other thing I'd like to know is, what's the difference between pork roll and ham? Like, could I taste the difference? Is it a different product? Because I'm not a fan of ham on egg and cheese sandwich. I don't get it in New York. Like I got a ham and egg and cheese burrito in this place near work. I wanted to try something different and I hated it. I said, this is why I didn't get a ham and egg and cheese sandwich. So am I going to like pork roll? I mean, maybe if it's more like Canadian bacon, because now that's different. I like Canadian bacon. Like I like English egg McMuffins, although I usually get sausage egg McMuffins. It's not like I don't like egg McMuffins. And I like eggs Benedict. So I like Canadian bacon, right? I don't know if I like pork roll. I don't know if I've ever had it.
but I know I don't want ham and eggs on my breakfast sandwich. So you tell me, Nick, is pork roll very different than ham? Am I like, might I like it?
Well, when you get out here, all you're getting is pork roll.
Okay. And I'm saying, but it doesn't taste like egg. It's going to be, I mean, it doesn't taste like ham. It's going to be a different type of meat.
It's delicious. It's heavenly. Okay. It's artery clogging. Great. It's the greatest thing for you.
I love it. I love it. Because now let me ask you a question. Do you ever get bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll?
If they don't have pork roll or sausage, I'll go down to bacon.
Oh, that's your third. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your third.
I love bacon, but on a sandwich, I like the pork roll, egg and cheese, or I get sausage, egg and cheese. Sometimes, like when I was younger, it would be like Heart Attack Central. You get the Belly Buster, which was pork roll, sausage, egg, cheese, bacon, all on one sandwich. But I can't do that anymore. I'll be on the couch sleeping all day.
It's funny because I'm an interesting specimen. I've
never noticed. You hide it very well. I've never noticed.
When I go to a corner deli in Manhattan or the Stands, I like bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. But when in every other situation, like a burrito, I prefer sausage, a sausage burrito.
Yeah.
And like in so many situations, I don't like bacon as the option. I prefer sausage. And like, Eggs Benedict, I love Canadian bacon. Like, so I don't want a bacon sandwich. I don't sit there and on French bread, put, Italian bread, put bacon. But I do put a lot of sometimes ham and cheese. So, so I do like, it's the situation. But on a Kaiser roll in the city of Manhattan, on a runny fried egg that has that nice little ooze yolk run out on it, I like the bacon. So it's just different. But I am excited to try pork roll. Where are we going from the airport? Like, where are you taking me to try it?
I got a very, very good deli around here that we're gonna hit. It's not too far from here. It's about 15 minutes from me, but when we come down, it's called the Super Duper Deli. We're gonna head there, and they just specialize in all greasy types of food. So you'll love it.
Okay, and I'm gonna have discipline and just eat the sandwich. You know why? Because I want to maintain an appetite for lunch. And you take me to your pizza place.
Yeah, well, the pizza place on a Friday. They open at noon on a Friday. We'll be good.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Yeah, you get here on Friday. I got a nice surprise for you for lunch too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got a nice surprise for you. I can't tell you. That's the tease. That's the tease. I got a nice little surprise spread coming for lunch.
Nice. Buffalo just landed a 26-inch pike, biggest of the summer.
Now, what is that? What people in Buffalo call pork roll?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe.
No, he's fishing, I guess.
Maybe. Or I thought I was going to say he's a skateboarder. Buffalo the skateboarder. Jeremy's hamming it up with Nick. Nice pun. Main event is Jeremy.
I'm reading some of the comments. I'm trying to catch up because on the phone. I have to go to the different town. You're on the phone before.
I hope Nick has a sense of humor. He's a big man.
I'm down 100 pounds, whoever that was. So I'm less of a man than I used to be.
It's Austin Theory. He's going to end up the champion, or he says he is. I think it's
he's wrestling right now against Bobby Lashley, who's just. I
wish
we had Bobby Lashley playing on our D line.
Yeah,
that's gigantic.
I hope that Theory comes down. Like he really does come down. Like, and whoever wins, like Brock wins, let's say, and he's laying there beat up. He finds a way to win, but he's exhausted. He's laying there. Theory comes in, trades in the suitcase, does some kind of move on him, covers him up. Brock Lesnar is going to kick out. He's going to get up. He's going to take him to Suplex City, and he's going to pin him.
All right, look at you. I didn't know you were even into it.
Well, I used to be a huge fan. It's a time thing. But I still, when I visit my nephew and like when I visit North Carolina, I'm watching wrestling constantly because he's a fanatic. So, but that's what I think is going to happen.
The Miz just had a match against Nick. What was it, Logan Paul?
Yeah.
One of the Pauls signed. Logan
Oh,
Paul
wow.
signed. and the Miz had a match with him, and my son just caught me staring at the Miz's wife with the outfit that she had on, and he turned and looked at me, and he called me out on it. He's like, "Dad, you're not even paying attention to me. You're just staring at her." I'm like, "Yep." And I looked at him. I'm like, "Why the fuck are you looking at me? Look at her."
How did Logan Paul do?
Very, very well. Very well. He won, right, Nick? What? Logan Paul won? Sure. Yeah, he actually beat the Miz. I was getting situated to get on with you as the end of the match was happening. Clean that up a little bit. But all right, so enough about pork roll and the thing that doesn't exist. What type of conversation are we in here?
Well, Mark Reese agreed to sit in the car with me, so you could sit behind me in the car, if you know what I mean.
Oh, definitely.
If an execution has to take place.
Even better, I pick you up. Mark's gonna pop up in the back with like a broom handle and poke it into the back of the seat. Like, listen, bitch, don't move.
Paul Klein got some fighting words. Pork roll is one step above garbage. It's like a giant ham sausage.
Erroneous on all accounts. One of my favorite quotes from Wedding Crashers.
What is this? Jeremy, have you ever seen the sign in a New York deli say the letters Funex? Have you any eggs? Suffix, yes, we have eggs. Funum, have you any ham? Okay, ham and eggs.
No, I never said that.
I can't even follow that. I never saw that sign.
I read that and I was like, wait, you want me to steal second? Like, there's like hidden signs there.
You guys are killing me. Monday I go in for my third vascular surgery. I don't know. Just listening to you guys is clogging my veins. Well, seriously, Twisted. Man, good luck with that surgery. I hope everything's going to be okay. Hopefully you're home in a couple of days, and you'll be able. Wednesday night, I can entertain you when you're recovering and make you laugh a little bit.
Speedy recovery, brother. I just had to scare myself, so best of luck to you.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm going on a major diet starting on Monday for real. Except for the Jets 4 days, like that's gonna be my cheat 4 days. But until the September 9th, I'm gonna be on a very strict diet, and I'm planning to lose like 20 pounds before I come see you, and then I'm gonna have that 4 days to relax and eat, and then when I come back home, I'm gonna lock back in. So, I've been told that pork roll is closer to bologna than ham.
Baloney. The fuck did you just say?
I like to say bologna.
I thought you did that legitimately, bro. I was like, oh man, you're gonna be standing outside that airport. I was never showing up if that was
no, my friend David once left me a message and he goes, baloney. He goes, and they call me Weck. That's my nickname. He goes, Weck. He goes, what is baloney? Baloney. Bologna. Baloney. You're full of baloney. What is it? So I called him back and I said, cow lips, cow cheek. Like, I don't know. It's like really cheap, the cheapest of the beef products. Pork roll revenge.
Oh, we'll have pork roll at the game too. My tailgate when we get there. Like, I don't know what time you're getting there, but I'll be in the lot at 8 when it opens. We have a guy who comes from Pennsylvania and he brings like fantastic pork roll. He brings like a giant, 8 to 10 inch heel of it. We slice it up right there. And we have pork roll, egg and cheese sandwiches on rolls for breakfast before we get all the lunch food going.
Do you cook the pork roll?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta fry it a little.
Yeah, fry it up.
Okay.
Then my tailgate. I know we're gonna bounce around, and we're gonna go over to Gotham City, and then my tailgate. What we normally do is everybody brings a large amount of one item. And then the grills just don't stop, and we just hand out food all day. So you bring one item, but you eat like a king. Like my cousin will bring ribs. Someone else will bring like sandwiches. I'll like marinate chicken and like chop them up into like finger bite chunks, like to hand them out to everyone. It just, the food doesn't stop. It's all day.
Hopefully I'll have some bagels left over after I give them out. I'm going to bring bagels and cream cheese for a few people that are coming in that need to try a bagel and cream cheese from Staten Island. Not that you can't get great bagels in Jersey. The truth is, I want to get bagels and cream cheese because I am worried that because I heard Gotham City, it could be very difficult to get any food because they're so crowded.
I've heard that too. That's why I'm hesitant to join that tailgate. I might just stick with my tailgate and then go over there and hang out. Like bring the cooler over the shoulder, bring a couple drinks over, hang out for a bit, go back. And I'll have the boy with me too. And the boy's going to take a bunch of pictures all day. I told you my plan, right?
Yes.
So I'll have the boy back and forth. And then Mark's coming up with me, or Mark's going to be at my tailgate. Me and him have like the same mentality. We're going to stick with my tailgate for the food and then just go hang out with everyone over there. And then we got to get in early because there's not 250 seats out in the stadium section for everyone in the hangar. There might only be 80. And if you don't get there and get a seat, I don't want to be indoors the whole time, especially with the kid. I want to make sure we have a seat out in the section.
I thought it was going to be like people sit down and then get up and keep coming back and forth. And there'll always be some seats that you can jump into because people are going to constantly be walking around. I didn't know people are going to save their seat.
I'm wearing a Depends diaper. There's no way I'm getting up.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to figure it out. Anyway, yeah, I get sausage and eggs sometimes. I mean, but sometimes I get like again when it's a roll, when it's in Manhattan on a roll, I usually get bacon. But I mean, when I go to McDonald's, for example, I never get a regular egg McMuffin. I always get a sausage egg McMuffin, always. And then when I go to my favorite brunch place, it's a place called Snooze. They're in like San Diego and in Denver and Charlotte, North Carolina. They're like in certain areas. It's a really great brunch place, and they have a sandwich there that I love, and it's an egg and cheese and sausage sandwich on a pretzel roll. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So Dakota keeps saying he got scammed. Scammed in what way? By who? How long before we hear reports that our OL is in the wall we've been dreaming of? Oh, is the wall. How long is it before that we become the wall that we're dreaming of? Maybe this year, if everybody stays healthy and plays at their top, potential.
We could have it now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
it's just a matter of time before chemistry, clicking, communication gets down. Our line's not gonna be at their peak week 1. It might take to mid-October. It might take, especially because they might not really play together in the preseason, right? I think any of us would be surprised if Becton is out there, even for a drive. I think the main goal is to be fresh for week 1, not to be limping into the season, so to say. We want everybody clicking. We want everyone healthy. And then the offensive line, and it'll take some time. Vera Tucker and Becton are making a switch. Tomlinson's new. Fant's working with a new guy next to him. McGovern and Fant are the only two that be playing the same position with the same team that they played with last year. So it's going to be interesting. I like what I'm seeing out of camp. I like that sometimes the defense is making plays, sometimes the offense is making plays. The pads come on next week, which should be fun, right? So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. And to Max, I always call my son the boy. I don't know. It's just been the nickname that I always say when I reference him. I say, the boy's coming over. The boy's with me.
Nice.
There you go. Say what's up to everybody.
What's up? Am I missing something? I don't know what Dakota means when he says he got scammed. What do you mean you got scammed? What is Bill's mom him? What's up?
What's up?
The kid.
He just reheated chicken breast for dinner.
I'm jealous. It's cool to have a kid to hang out with.
It is.
One day you're going to get to give him his first beer. Well, it won't be his first beer, but it'll be his first beer with you. You'll get to give him his first everything. You know what I mean? Like
my buddy gave him a sip of a White Claw a couple of weeks ago. We were waiting to go into Topgolf, and then I'm like, "What the hell was that?" And he's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Oh God damn!" I'm like, "Don't tell your mom you did that with me, please." I'm like, "I don't need that headache from her."
Oh yeah. That's the problem. Is you have to now be careful because it could be used against you.
Yeah. Well, I told him, I was like, listen,
once he's
you're
18,
going to be going to high school this year. You're going to be a freshman. I was a freshman when I had my first drunken experience. I'm like, you're going to be a party. So, like, do me a favor. If you ever do anything stupid and you do drink, call me. Do not call your mother because we're never going to see each other again. She's going to blame me for it. I'll pick you up and bring you to my house that night.
Yeah. Hey, Snowball, I am definitely going to live stream without question. I think we all the YouTube guys, I'm sure, are going to put their phones on at one point and do some kind of live stream. But I'm not going to live stream. Well, the tailgate, I'm going to live stream a little bit. But here's what's going to happen. My brother, Lee, is going to be doing the watch party for the Jet game. So he's going to be on my channel, on this channel, and he's going to be live streaming and calling the game. And I'm going to be Nick will be on it too because we'll all be there. I'm going to have the link, and on my phone, I'm going to go into it. I'm going to, like, every once in a while, I'm going to jump into the channel, into the stream. And like, I'll be sitting with Nick and hanging out with him, with Buffalo Jets fan. I'm going to get guys like Jets Media. I'm going to go up to Rich and put the phone on him and scream, I got Jets Media on my YouTube channel. Like, and totally piss him off. No, it's not going to piss him off. It'll be funny. I'm going to say, check it out, Richie. I got Richie on my channel. So I'm going to do all that stuff. Joe Blewett. I'm going to be like, I got Joe Blewett on my channel. I'm going to be running around doing that kind of stuff.
Nice.
If I get to hang out with,
I'm going to be tweeting at everybody. I'm going to be tweeting at Nick Mangold. I'm going to be tweeting at everyone where we are to come and see us. Like that.
Oh, that's a good.
That's
idea.
what I'm going to try to get.
And I'm going to go to like the former Jets that are there, like Damian Woody, if Lavernius Coles. I'm going to walk up to him with my phone on, with the YouTube on, and my brother, and I'm going to say, "Yo, I got a YouTube channel, Jets Chaos. Can you want to say hello to my viewer? You know what I mean? I'm going to try to do that." So
nice.
What's this? Bacon, egg, cheese from a book. Oh yeah, man. But they got to know how to do it. I went in with my friend, and he kind of reminds me of Nick. It's this guy Matt, and he's actually going to probably be tailgating, and he's going to definitely be at that Jet game because he goes to every game. He's got season tickets with his family, and he reminds me of you, Nick. He's a big guy, but no bullshit, deep voice like your voice and everything, the whole thing. And we went into one of these little bodega. I say it wrong sometimes. It's really bad. But we go into one of these places, and he said, give me a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, like he ordered first. The guy puts the egg in a little steel bowl and beats it. He starts whipping up the egg. And my friend Matt goes, that's not how you make an egg and cheese. We're in New York City, son. He goes, you don't beat the egg. I don't want a scrambled egg. The guy goes, how do you want it? And he literally steps and goes behind the counter.
Oh, he told me this before.
He stepped behind the counter and he said, give me the eggs. And he cracks the eggs onto the grill, takes the spatula, knocks them open, flips it over a couple of times, throws it onto the roll. He goes, that's how you make eggs for a baby.
Nice.
It was great.
Nice. Hey, what's up?
Everyone, I hear someone saying we need a better center. Yeah, but we could definitely improve at center. But like Captain Techno Keto saying, he's good. He's okay. It's not a weakness on the team, but he is like the least exciting offensive lineman as far as like everybody else we're excited about and think could be Pro Bowlers, whereas he is not a Pro Bowler. He's just
serviceable,
an average to
He's
a better
serviceable. You can't have a Pro Bowler at every position because you'll never be able to keep them together.
Yeah.
So you need that serviceable guy, and I think that's a good word for him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's serviceable. There are plenty of teams in the NFL that would love to pluck him from us. Like the Bears would love to have him. Their center is awful. There are teams that would love to have our center. I think even the Giants would take him.
Did you see Rashad Davis today with 2 big plays? The kid from the USFL?
Yeah, so what are we going to do about that, man? I mean, if this kid is something.
I asked Connor Hughes, the Jets Lounge on Instagram was going live from there. And when I opened it, literally 2 of the first 3 plays I saw was Rashad Davis going deep downfield and catching 2 bombs from Flacco, who you can say whatever you want about Flacco. Guy throws an amazing deep ball. It's always been the highlight of his game, right? His arsenal has been the ability to put one downfield. That Super Bowl, he threw one almost like 70 yards downfield and out through the coverage. Or no, it was the AFC Championship, I think.
That's how they got through the playoffs.
Yes, they beat New England on a play where he just outthrew the coverage, which was insane. So Davis was nice, and then Connor Hughes, after it was over, says, after media is over, I'm going to take some questions, start posting them here. And I asked, I was like, what are the chances of Rashad Davis, you think, making the team? And he's like, slim to none. He goes, and Robert Salah said that this roster is now good enough where we are going to be cutting NFL players, which is something we've discussed all offseason. We're going to have some hard decisions to make.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to cut guys who are going to get picked up instantly. It's not that our front office fucked up and cut the wrong guy. It's just that the rest of our team is getting so good now. We actually have NFL talent at every position, and we're not bringing guys in. We're not looking for the Kurt Warner of wide receivers at the local grocery store anymore, like we did last year against Buffalo in that game.
Yeah, but so let me ask: is this guy? So here's the question: if this guy's for real and this is just not practice, but let's say this guy's for real. Let's say he does this the entire camp. Let's say he lights up the exhibition games, the preseason games, lights it up. Let's say he's ridiculous, right? For whatever reason, he came out of his shell, he matured, something happened, and this kid's amazing, right? Are we now, if that was the scenario, because I always say, why would we cut Mims? It doesn't make sense. He doesn't cost us anything. But now if we're making a decision where we have to cut a guy like that, and let's say Mims, because he was great day one of practice, he hasn't been that great since. Yeah. Let's say Mims has a quiet. Let's say Mims has a quiet camp. It doesn't do anything, and now we got this guy lighting it up. Are we on now? I mean, don't we have to forget about when Mims was picked and say we can't set this other guy go? Like we can't let this other guy go.
No, and don't forget, Douglas has Robert Salah and staff have no allegiances to Mims, right?
Right.
Well, Florida didn't want him. Salah wasn't part of the staff that picked him. So I don't think, and that'll be the inner battle, right? Between coach and front office. Does the front office still believe in Mims has potential, or does the coaching staff went out and say, this guy fits our scheme and what we're doing? We want this guy. Now, can Davis be a gunner? Can he take over Jeff Smith's spot, where Jeff Smith is the special team gunner with Hardy? Yeah. If Davis can step in and play that role, Jeff Smith is automatically gone, right? You don't need Smith if Davis is the better all-around receiver.
Right. It might not have to be Mims as the guy he replaces. It could easily be Jeff Smith.
Exactly. Because we know he can return, but if he can gun and be a part of the punt team and the kickoff team, I don't think Smith makes the team. It would be Davis over Smith.
No, I don't know about this guy Davis. Okay, he came from this other league.
USFL. He was one of the three guys we signed from the USFL earlier this week or late last week. I forget.
Where was he before that?
I can't answer that.
I got to look him up. Okay, so Dom, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Dom will figure it out and get us get us all the info. But this, I mean, you never know.
Throw that to Dom and ask Dom to do a little breakdown for him tomorrow night. That would probably be a nice little segment.
I mean, in the mid-1980s, when the USFL, when the Generals, when they were in and everything, and they had this team, when the USFL was disbanded, there were some of those players from that USFL, that version 1, that came out, and actually some of them hit it big in the NFL. So it's not impossible, obviously.
Yeah. Wasn't Warren Moon USFL? Or was he Canadian?
No, Canada League. But
Herschel Walker was USFL?
Yeah.
My father used to deliver cable for Bell Atlantic, and he dropped off at the stadium, and he was standing in the end zone entrance as they were having practice, and he scored a touchdown. You know how when the running backs, they'll run anyway when they don't get tackled, ran through the back of the end zone, right up to my father. My father was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey, sir, how are you?" And my father was like, "It's fucking thighs with tree trunks." He goes, "I've never seen anything like that in my entire life."
Yeah. Well, it was great in college. They just gave him a shitload of money because they wanted to, establish the league. So they try to swipe some stars. I'm just saying, obviously who went into the USFL, guys who got cut, guys who didn't get drafted, they didn't get a chance. And every once in a while, there's a diamond in the rough. There's a guy who didn't get drafted, who couldn't get into a camp for whatever reason, played for a smaller school,
whatever. What they weren't utilized in college, whatever. But they do really well. They catch the attention of the NFL teams, right? Like these guys did. I'm just wondering if Rashad Davis is going to. Is it possible he's that guy? Is it possible? But it's practice. I get, we know that, but he's not doing it against garbage guys because we're pretty deep in the secondary. Like in practice, it's like Isaiah Dunn. It's, you know what I mean? It's like real guys. They're still legitimate football players that he's doing it against. It's not like he's doing it against other guys that are going to be working at McDonald's next week.
And I didn't see. It was somebody's cell phone on Instagram Live, so I wasn't able to see who the coverage was. I'm sure we could see I'm sure someone of the Samini, Connor, somebody has better footage of it or comments about it. I'd have to look it up. But we've been, me and the boy have been hanging all day, so I haven't really looked into much. I saw it this morning, and then we watched the Yankee game and then SummerSlam, so.
Yeah. So this is an interesting question. If McGovern is a top 10 center this year, do we re-sign him? I would say yes, but JD doesn't do long-term deals. So it would be some kind of 2-year, maybe the second year an option or 3-year deal, but it's only locked in for 2 years or 1 year, 1.5 years, like guaranteed salary. And then I would think that it would have that I think no matter what, we have to draft a center. Like even 100%. If we resign,
and it's going to be early, too. It's going to be round 2 or 3. It's going to be your center of the future.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, you're going to let McGovern go because you're not going to want to pay Tomlinson 13, Becton 10, Fant 14 or 15 if they extend him, right? You're not going to put $80 million into your offensive line. You're going to have to extend Quinn in this offseason. So you're going to have to go from a $9 million center because I think we got him for 3 years, 27 when we first signed him, and this will be year 3. He's going to have to come down, and then you're going to have to go get a second, third round guy where you're only paying him, $1 million max. You're going to have to start to plug in some of those mid-round guys into long-term positions and not just all first rounders, which we've been spoiled with the last couple of years, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I think that he, is again, like he gets a bad, he just starts the season bad and he puts a bad taste and then nobody sees that he catches on. And the reason he starts the season bad is because it's like every year he's been here, he's in a new system and he's just not, great at, he's not a quick adapter, but this is the first year McGovern's going to be on our team where he's repeating the system from the year before. And if you look at how he played the last 6 to 7 games of last year, if he's that center, he is very, very serviceable. Like we are fine.
Yeah. And instead of being the best guy between the center and the 2 guards, he'll now be the worst guy between the center and the 2 guards. And that's not a knock on him. That just shows the quality of player we brought in next to him, which will make his job easier.
Yeah, so Steelstone's making a point, and this is the thing that we're hoping. I hope that Robert Saleh learns from Seattle. If you learned anything from the Seattle Seahawks run the past decade, and they got a couple.
Run the ball from the 1.
No. I mean, you learn. Well, yeah, you give it to the beast.
Couple things we've learned from them, but I know your point. I just wanted to add that one in.
Yes. Is that you forget about their names when they're competing for the jobs. If you're really serious about putting the best guy out there, you have to let go of when they were drafted and what their name is. If this kid is the best wide receiver in camp, I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying if that happened, if a guy like this came and as you moved him up and you played him with the 1s, and he was still doing it with the 1s, and every time he practiced with the 1s, he gets at least 1 bomb touchdown because nobody can seem to cover him, then you have to treat him like if he's the best wide receiver, you have to utilize him that way. Now, I'm not saying they would trust him because it has to happen in real NFL games, but you have to keep him on the roster and then throw him in and give him a chance to prove it. Because when we didn't do that in the past, we've let guys go. Like who's the running back who went to New England and then San Diego had a great career? Danny Woodhead is always going to be the perfect example. And look what the New York Giants did or look who he gave the New York Giants, Victor Cruz. I mean, this is what happens when you go by when they were drafted or how they were signed and what their name is.
Like
you give him a chance to make the roster, but if he's doing this against the second, third string guys, you expect him to with his speed. But it's a lot different when you're going up against ones, right? This is why if he's 29, I think you said earlier, someone in the chat said he's 29. If you're 29, you're not putting a major investment into a 29-year-old receiver. You let him play special teams, and then maybe you come up with like a little.
I think they meant McGovern was 29.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still talking about Davis. No, I thought I saw Steel Stone mention you make him wide receiver 1. I don't know if that was just sarcasm or not.
No. I'm saying he's saying if he was to come out and be the best receiver, should you just then he earned the job? Like, is it truly an open competition? Now,
we're not bringing in, unless we bring in Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, or Justin Jefferson, no one's taking the top spot away from Moore. And Wilson has been phenomenal too. And Moore has even said he reminds me of me, which is great for us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these two guys are going to be a tandem, an elite tandem. And Davis looks good. Davis lost 13 pounds. He says his joints thank him. He's moving quicker. He's more explosive off the snap. So I think we got a really, really good core.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's coming in and taking the top 3 spots.
Right. I mean, at this point, I think in camp you could win a roster spot, but you don't overtake people because you still have to do it in a game. Like you still if you're coming out of nowhere and no one knows who you are and you have no history. You can't. You're not just going to put you in game 1, number 1 receiver, no matter how good you are. But we could put you on the roster. See, and then at some point, like we see how if you're still lighting it up, eventually you're lighting it up in practice. Eventually they say, okay, we got to put this kid in for a couple of drives and see what happens. And if you light it up and you make 2 big plays, and when you get the chance, then all of a sudden that's how a star is discovered sometimes, and we'll just be thrilled because that means we'll have just another great receiver in our room.
Do you see Snowball's comment? Are the cops at Nick's house? What's with the red and blue lights flashing? We're watching SummerSlam, buddy. Me and my kid are watching SummerSlam, so all the lights are flashing with the WWE on in the background.
Tom Bongiovi is in the house. Tom Bongiovi. He is going to the opener, I think, right, Tom? And if you're going to the opener, I expect you to find us at the tailgate party and hang out and say hello.
Hey, for anyone in the chat who wants to go to the first game, there are still over 20 seats available for the hangar. It's not sold out yet.
I thought it was. They stopped selling tickets.
People didn't pay, and 28 tickets were on sale as of yesterday.
Oh.
So people had a deadline to pay by. They didn't meet the deadline. And as of yesterday, the link, because I had a couple of friends. I had a friend, she's coming up from Florida with her girlfriend and then her friend. And they just got in the hangar yesterday. So there's still 20-something seats. Hit me up, and I'll get you the link if you're interested.
Yeah. Hey, I got to say this, Maximilian. You have to remember one thing, though. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, Dallas Cowboys once brought a guy who's literally an unsigned free agent that was working at Home Depot, and they were so desperate for running backs, they had him in camp early in the season, so they brought him back in. And 2 weeks after working as a guy in Home Depot, he was on the field doing very well and helping the team and contributing. This was like maybe 15 years ago. I forgot the guy's name. So I'm just saying you never know, though, for 100% sure. There's stories. Things happen.
Pretty cool, huh?
Remember
Look at those lights,
the
man.
Eagles had a guy, right? There was a movie about it. You had a 30-year-old guy, a bartender, ended up making the team.
Oh, for the Eagles?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Vince Papale.
So, and I'm not saying Papale was a star, but he, the point is, you never know.
My brain is filled with so much useless shit. You know that?
Well, you know how much information.
If there was a television show called the Useless Shit Contest, I would be the Ken from Jeopardy. Stuff on Jeopardy is useful stuff. I know useless shit.
I mean, I could tell you stories like about where to go in almost any city and where to eat. The information I have, it's like nobody. I know what hotel you should stay at if you ever go to Rome in Italy. I mean, like it's
crazy information.
Nice.
People are like, where do you get this stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. I've lived a long time. I just have information. But here's a good example of a guy who was a nobody. Kurt Warner was a nobody. Somebody got hurt. A nobody, a guy who ended up being a nobody for the Rams, got hurt. And Kurt Warner stepped in and suddenly became like the greatest, led the greatest offensive show on earth, apparently, and they, so you never really know. Oh, and Anthony's saying his name was Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, he played him in the movie. Yes.
Played him in the Valley.
Hey, Dom C just showed up in the chat. Dom, I got something for you. Rashad Davis. Can we get a workup on him from where he's been? Someone said he's 29. Can you do a workup for tomorrow night for you and Jer? Give us a little background on Rashad Davis, where he's from, where he's been, what got him to where he is today. We thought you'd be perfect for that.
We want everything. John Nolte's already beating you to it and giving us some basics.
Oh,
Salty
okay.
Nolte jumping in. Salty Nolte is going to be my what's his name? Minish, the guy from X Factor, Mania, Mike Mania,
Michael
Namia,
Nania.
whatever.
See, more useless shit, Michael Nania.
Dom C. I wish I could call him my that, but he's gonna be Green Beans that. But John Nolte is gonna be my that when I lose Dom C. Green Bean. Wide receiver punt returner Rashard Davis, who won a national championship at James Madison. Okay, so that's not Division I, but still a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Oh, so he was in the NFL in the past. He's been in the NFL, and who led the USFL in return yardage, reached agreement with the New York Jets. I mean, why would they bring him in? I don't agree with Connor. I agree. I say you can have an opinion that it's going to be very hard for him to make the squad, and I'm not going to argue that. But to say no shot, why would they sign and bring him in if there was no shot?
Can I answer something?
Yeah.
I saw Snowball ask. The tickets for the hangar are $160. They do not include a parking pass. And if you hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, if you're on Instagram, I'm nshine78. Hit me up on there, and I'll shoot you the link, buddy. As of yesterday, I think there was 25 left. There was 21 on Friday, and then this morning it went back up to 28. So must have been a bunch of people who didn't pay the invoice in time, so they re-released those seats,
So,
you hear me? Okay, there we go.
I hear you. What up at that? Oh, people are saying hello to Dom C. How nice of them.
Hey, how long are you going to be on?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. I just kind of jumped on, so I don't know. I got to eat dinner soon at 6:46. We're talking about me now.
All right.
Sitting here talking about eggs and rolls and ham and bagels.
I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna watch this match. Pat McAfee is about to wrestle, and he usually puts on a spectacular show. Former NFL punting star and YouTube sensation Pat McAfee is about to have a match, and me and the boy were looking forward to this. But yeah, Snowball, hit me up either on Nick Shine. It's Big Nick _SEC 325 on Twitter. What the hell are you doing? You eating the mic?
I'm eating my microphone because I'm hungry.
Nice. It's a pork roll mic. Or Instagram nshine78, and I'll message you the link. But I'll check back on a little bit, and if you're on, I'll pop back in. All right.
Yep, sounds good.
I'm gonna pass. I got school the next day. Okay. All right, everyone in the chat, enjoy. If you're not already, I know Twisted and some other guys in here who I've seen. Join my channel, Proud New York Jets fans. Usually on Friday nights. Did you just get a plate delivered?
Huh?
You usually do that lean back when your wife brings you a plate of food.
No. I was laughing because you said please join my channel. I was about to say and compete with me and choose between the two of us. No, I'm just kidding.
There will be a war. We shall duel to the death. Two friends become enemies.
We're like there's a movie like that. These two families had a pizza place, and then they split the pizza place in half, and they battled each other selling the pizza. That'll be you and me. It's like Friday night hang out with Nick, Friday hang out with Chaos.
Listen, if you ever want to fight me, it's after I eat a pizza, because usually I eat enough where I don't want to move. So that would be advantageous to you, brother.
I would just,
But,
I would,
yeah,
I'd be running.
We do a Friday night hangout usually. Last night I had some family stuff to take care of with Mom, and I was unable to host last night. So thank you for covering last night, buddy. And I was popping in the chat when I could. And but yeah, we have a lot of fun. We do a hangout on Friday nights.
It was a big night in viewers. We had a really big night.
Nice.
So
you're a big dog now, man.
Yeah, but we got
not small potatoes anymore. You're top dog.
Yeah, but it's the same show when it's on your channel. We got to get the same 50 to be on that.
That's what we got to get the viewers from here to join over there, so they don't miss out on the fun.
Yeah.
So, I owe Dark Soldier an appearance. He didn't want to come on camera, but I invited him. He was going to pop on with us last night a little bit to talk, and but I still owe him one. I'm a man of my word. I'll get him on there. So,
all right. Well, after the match, you're welcome back.
Yeah,
after
everybody.
The match.
Good seeing everyone in the chat. And once again, it's pork roll.
They have brought in the special teams kick returners recently. Pair that with the fact that Varios, probably you mean Varios, hasn't been practicing. I'm concerned he may be dealing with something. Well, he did practice in full today, Dom. So yeah, Barrios has not been a full participant in practice until today. Rich Cimini just came out with that news that Barrios is back in full participation practice. Just so you know. Look at me giving out news. Look at me. You two make a good team. We're a good team, me and Nick. I know. My channel's like, I find the best guys. You know, I even take credit for Dom. And the reason I take credit for finding Dom C is because, yeah, I found him on Nick Bean's Patreon thing, but I recognized it before Green Bean. I realized that he should be in front of the camera. I realized it. Me. You're welcome, Green Bean. I discovered everybody. Let me tell you something. You know, I got a list of people I can tell. Watts, UK. I discover them all. Not limited anymore. He's not limited anymore. Full participant. Check it on Twitter. Rich Samini. You know him as Dick Chimney. Jerem, you can't log off yet. I have had a question that makes you think. Maybe smack the head to get the hamster rolling. Stay tuned. Okay. Twisted. I'm definitely waiting for your question, Twisted. Just connected the dots here. Yeah. Anthony, are you in New Jersey, Anthony? Proud wanted to know. Ooh, I don't want to hear about Burroughs' injury. No, he's fine. He's fine. I wish in Virginia with being in 1-2K. Oh, I wish in Virginia. You're in Virginia. Oh, cool. One day I'm going to go to the Virginia Jets fan club bar, and I'm going to eat wings because I heard the wings were good. I'm not going to see Adam. I'm not going to see other Jet fans in Virginia. Couldn't care less. Nah, the wings are good. Green Bean says the wings are good. So, of course, I'm going to go. I discovered J. Cole without question. I don't know if some people might not be thrilled about that, but I did discover him. It's true. I think there's a few people I discovered. Now as I see their names, I'll say it. There's another pretty big YouTube guy named Frankie from Flatbush who we became friendly in the chats of the other big shows. This is the truth. There's no way he'll say that I'm lying or making this up. And when I went onto his channel, he told me in the chat that he had a channel because I have a channel. He goes, and he was putting himself down, but nobody watches, blah, blah, blah. He was, blah, 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 blah. And I went, and Green Bean doesn't remember this. Like, nobody will remember this or say this. I went onto his channel, and I watched his videos. And I was subscriber number 5. He had 4 subscribers. I was subscriber number 5. Okay? And I watched his videos, and I went back into the chat the next time that we were watching, the panel was on. And I said, Frankie, you're really, really good. I go, these videos are great. Do you want to do a show? I don't know how to use StreamYard. I don't have time to start it up right now. I knew I wanted to start a channel. I said, but I would love to do this. I'd love to provide a space for people to chat, and you're a good guy. Everybody in here likes you. I'm sure we'll get some people to watch. Do you want to do it? And he said, yes, sure. And we did a test run, and boom, that was how we did that's how the name Chaos came. Calmness meets chaos, the whole thing. And me and Frankie were doing a show together. And what happened was I started telling Green Bean, because I already knew Green Bean. I was already on his show a lot. So I started telling him and saying, Frankie's really good. You need to check this out. We're doing a show. We're starting a show. And he goes, good. I'll come on. I'll help you guys out. I'll come into the chat. Don't worry about it. And Green Bean came and would be watching the show. And he started watching the show. And he started watching Frankie's videos. And I remember the moment I told him, I said, Frankie's got a channel. He has videos. You need to watch them. And he said on air this was. I wish I could find it because I got receipts on this. Because he said, and he goes, Green Bean makes that face and goes, oh, he does? I got to check that out. And he loved it. And then eventually he asked Frankie to do a podcast with him, right? And do the Thursday Thick of It. So I'm really not making this up. In a sense, I was the first one to discover Frankie. I really was. I don't know if he'd agree with it. He might try to pull back on that. I don't know why he wouldn't. I mean, I really was. He had 4 subscribers. I am not lying about this. It's out there in video world, somewhere on Green Bean shows or Jets 24/7. It's in the chats. It exists in the world. It'd be impossible to find, but it exists. I really did. I was the 5th person to watch his videos, and I was the person who convinced him that we should do a show together. And I was the person that got Green Bean onto him. Like I'm the one that told him he has a channel. I remember Green Bean saying he has a channel. Didn't know he had a channel. And then he was watching me and Frankie on Sunday night do our shows. I promise you, this is the truth. I never said this before, and I'm like afraid he's going to deny it, and I don't want to fight with him or upset him. Because sometimes if people don't have the same memory of something as you, they're going to say you're trying to take credit. I'm not trying to take credit. I'm not saying that I gave Frankie talent. I'm saying I recognized his talent. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's good because of me. I'm not saying I taught him anything. I'm saying that nobody was watching his effing videos until I just found them and told everyone about them. It's the truth. And when we started our show, we had 6-7 people watching the first time we did our show. And we couldn't believe it. We were so excited. Maybe we had 3 or 4 the very first one. We did like the pilot. But then we went into the chat, so we got Green Bean to say it out loud. And people, Tom Bon Jovi and John Nolte and Yoshi, some people from Green Bean Show started watching us. And suddenly we had 8-9 people by like week 2. This is all true. And it was crazy because we couldn't believe it. There are people who do live shows for a year and they still have 4 or 5 people watching. We had 8 or 9 people week 2. By week 6, week 7, we were hitting 25, 28. We hit 30 at one point. We were going nuts after the show. Holy, can't believe this is happening. And he did a video on Justin Fields, and that went viral. I mean, not viral, but 10,000 views or 5,000 views, whatever it was. And people started hitting up his channel, and his channel took off for good reason. Great talent. Makes amazing videos. We all love Frankie. We all watch his videos. We all get information we can't get anywhere else from him. But I'm just saying, I'm not lying about this. I was subscriber number 5. He had 4 subs. I didn't have a channel yet. I'm not the one that promoted him. I want the reason he grew. Sense. Green Bean helped a lot, right? You need somebody to help you, somebody to put your name out there. You need to make a name, a brand. You have to brand yourself from someone. So yes, Green Bean, first of all, he had momentum and his channel was growing before he started doing the Thursday Thick of It. Doing the Thursday Thick of It was a tremendous boost. Me too. Green Bean boosted my name, obviously, right? So Green Bean is like the heart of all of it. I'm just saying Green Bean didn't even know he had a channel. Now, I don't know what Frankie's plan was. He may have been a month away from going crazy marketing his channel and being all over the chats and talking about it. I don't know that he wasn't planning it anyway. I'm just saying he had 4 people. He's been doing it for a while because he had a lot of videos. He had a bunch. I was watching for a long time with tons.
he had been doing it. So I'm just saying, I think I have the right to say I discovered Frankie. I do. I think I have the right to say it. I think I have the right to make the claim that I discovered Frankie from Flatbush. Or, you know what I mean? I didn't make him. I didn't create him. I'm not the one that coached him. No, it didn't last 3 weeks, dude. That's not true. That's not true. We were together for like a good 3 or 4 months. We were together from doing the show because I was making predictions or we were predicting things before camp even started. So it was before August. It was like maybe July-ish, maybe even June. Maybe even like the June timeframe, all the way to November, Thanksgiving. So it wasn't no 2 weeks. It wasn't lasted 3 weeks. That's not true. You're remembering it incorrectly because in the grand scheme of our lives, yes, it'll be a little tiny blip in our lives, but it wasn't 2 weeks. And Frankie we have the receipts for that. It was nowhere near only 2 or 3 weeks. We did it from the June timeframe, maybe even May. I don't know. Somewhere around June for sure. And we went June, July, August, September, October, 5 months, all the way to our last show was the week before Thanksgiving. So it was like 5 months, and I'm not exaggerating. Again, I'm very confident Frankie will back everything I'm saying up. Now, he might have a different interpretation, but I don't think he could deny that it was my idea for us to do a show together. I was there when he learned how to use StreamYard. He didn't even have it downloaded yet. And I'm not saying this for any particular reason. I'm not trying to, I'm not asking for any gratitude or anything. I was literally talking about other people and joking around about who I discovered, just so we go back to the beginning of this conversation. And I realized as we're talking this about Frankie, it's not like it's something that's on my mind. I discovered him. It's not. Just by talking to you guys, I just realized it. That I was the first one. But it did not, and it was not 2 or 3 weeks. And to Frankie's credit, I really grew and got a lot better because Green Bean didn't have me on enough at the time for me to really get better at it. I got better and learned how to do this from doing the show for 4 to 5 months with Frankie. Like, I learned how to be a YouTuber as far as just feeling more comfortable talking, having it not be a big deal, not being nervous about it anymore. Like when they first brought me onto Ryan's show, just as a weird guest, I got randomly chosen. I was like shaking. When I cheated to win a Green Beans contest and got to do a show with him, I was shaking. I was nervous about everything I said. Who was nervous to a guy who felt very comfortable on YouTube. Like, but by doing it with me, not by teaching me, not me teaching him, by doing it with me, just practice, by willing to be on the show with me, willing to do a show with somebody who admittedly had no experience, but I was fortunate enough to I'm a social outgoing guy. I thought Frankie's takes in the comments were really good. I thought his videos were really good. And I thought, wow, what if this guy's willing to do it with me? He's really good. And then he does, for whatever reason, he was willing to. And for whatever reason, he was willing to put up with me for 4 to 5 months, And then I wanted to do my own channel. And I wanted more power, more control. I wanted to be able to go on whenever I wanted. So rather than fight and be upset and be one of those rock bands that break up in a nasty way, I sent him a message and said, I think I should stop doing your show. I think I got to work on my channel. I think I got to do my own thing. And he said, okay. And that was it. But we still watch each other's shows because we still work together on Thursdays a little bit and support each other's channel as best we can. So that is that. So I'm saying, but everybody brings a thing, Frankie, like that was why maybe we were really good together, right? Because I was like the funny one, like in a fun way, kind of like just a goofy look. Everyone's making fun of the way I eat way, and my takes were crazy, and I was willing to do those takes. I was willing to put crazy takes out that I'd never put out on my own channel. Like, you don't see me doing that nearly as much. On his channel, we literally had it as a segment in the show where I had to come up with crazy takes.
And I'm not saying there wasn't a part of me that believed those takes or had hope of those takes coming true, but they weren't takes I would really have given. But I was willing to do that for the show because when I would do those takes, Frankie's reaction was great. So you might think some people say, oh, but you were the funny one. But Frank was a great straight man. Like he was a great straight man he was like, like Phil Hartman on Saturday Night Live. He, like in a lot of the skits, he was like the straight man. He didn't do anything funny per se, but he was funny. He was funny the way he reacted. Like Jerry Seinfeld in his own show was the straight man in the middle of all those crazy people. And he was funny the way he reacted to them. That was kind of like the way it was. It was like Frankie's reactions to me. But Jeremy, you're saying, and then he'd come with the facts, and it was really funny because I'd say crazy things like Zach's going to get 40 touchdowns, or Zach's going to have 3 games with 5 touchdowns. He goes, but Jeremy, he goes, Justin Herbert only had 2. He was the best rookie in years to come into the league. So it was a great show. But I'm just saying, I found him. I discovered him. Like he was there. Nobody knew. Like that talent was there. If you watch his early videos, he was good. It wasn't like, oh, he didn't get good yet. He was. That was why I asked to work with him, because I was impressed and thought his content was great. He was Frankie. He was the same guy doing those videos. Go watch his earliest videos if they're still up. He was just as good. He was good. Well, maybe he's gotten better. And he's gotten fancier, and he's like learned the technology, just like all of us. It's better production, but the guy, Frankie, was always there. The knowledge, the voice, the way he delivers information, and also John Nolte. I take some issue with that when you say like not being fun, because Frankie's really funny. Like, come on, he's really funny, and like he's the one that named Connor Hughes Country Club Connor. He's the one that named Rich Cimini Dick Chimney. He comes up with the best nicknames. So that's not fair to say he's not fun. I think when we were together, though, we both had a different role, and he was definitely the straight man. I was definitely but then sometimes it would flip. He'd get all heated up, and I'd be calm, and we would joke and say, who's the chaos and who's the calmness? But I honestly, one day I got to ask him if he would agree with that or if he's going to argue that. Like, I'm not saying I discovered him like I'm an agent or I went into a piano bar and saw somebody playing and changed their life. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm just saying that I was the first, that I went in and discovered his videos. Like, I saw them there, I found them, and I pushed it out to our fam, like that he has a channel. I vouched for him like crazy. I was telling everybody, and then I did a show with him. And then and then I would get in trouble. Well, it was only one guy. I'm not going to say I was getting in trouble. It was one idiot who used to yell at me because in the chat, I would mention that we had a show, even though the people I mentioned, like O'Leary, like in the places I mentioned it, like O'Leary's channel, Ryan, Green Bean, every one of them was okay with it. None of them were mad about it. But of course, this one idiot was calling me out. We don't care about your channel. It was one hater. But anyway, I'm just saying. Ask Nick. Now, Weapons Hot put Nick on, but come on. Ask Nick if I helped get him out there. If bringing him onto my channel wasn't like saying, I recognize this guy has talent. I want him on my channel. Check the receipts. Go back. Look at Buffalo Jet Fan. He was on the way. He was going to do it alone, right? But he was hitting a lot of marketing strategies for Kevin. He was hitting a lot of marketing strategies. He was making videos and he was growing. But he also was hitting everything up. He was doing he's a go-getter. And what did he want to do? He wanted to get on with the other guys and collaborate with us. And I watched his videos and said, I'm not competitive. I said, he's really good. I said, this will help my show to have him on it. I didn't know him. Wasn't someone I knew I could trust or be friends with. I just knew he was good. Had him on the show. First one to have him on the show. First one to work with him. Who worked with him before me? Go back and see. See if anybody worked with Buffalo Jet Fan before I did. And what happened? We became friends, which was the best part of it, because the main thing that I get out of this is I'm making friends. Nothing beats that. So I got a new friend. But also, he kept growing. He got a lot of people in his chats and was able to do live streams. And who are the people in his chats? There were you. How did you guys might not remember. How did you find out about him? How did you find out about him? How were you introduced to him?
right on this show, baby. I'm not like tooting my own horn that means anything. I'm just saying the truth. Like if I have a talent in this world, like in the YouTube community, what have I done? I've done a lot of pushing people out there. I've gotten people to camera time. I've been their leapfrog. And by the way, I want to say in a very big sense, Frankie did just as much for me. Again, by creating that channel and building me up and keep building up my confidence and getting me out there because I was afraid to do it alone. So he did just as much for me. It's not about, oh, I made you or you made me. I'm just saying I've done some things for this community that I'm proud of.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm just going off about myself, patting myself on the.
Oh, I've been watching. I've been watching.
Is it true though? Do you think did I help expose you to people?
No, I put my pants down on my own, buddy. I don't need anyone's help exposing myself, okay?
Yeah, I set myself up for that one.
Back up.
I definitely set myself up for that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, the Proud New York Jets fans was started with me and Jimmy Jardine. Back in January, Jimmy invited me on Weapons Hot on Friday night with CJ, and it was the night that you were on. And then Jimmy had something come up and wasn't able to make it, but CJ was like, yo, still have him come on. And that was the night that you and I met and we connected. And I think you were like 175, 180. You were at where I'm at now. Like I just hit 180 today for subs. Hopefully after tonight's show that goes up a little bit. But you were talking about doing your hot sauce challenge at 200. And then you hit it that week before I came on with you the following Friday or whatever day it was during the week. And we just connected instantly. It's like we've been talking Jets football forever and life. Like someone in the comments that Twisted, I think earlier said, after I left the first time, I commented saying, oh, we connected like immediately. He's like, it shows, which is a compliment, right? Like people who've never met having great chemistry and then being able to just talk like they've known each other for years is rare. It's good stuff. It's good for us as friends now, and it's good for the show and the viewers.
Oh, by the way, I have a name for Frankie. I mean, I might think of a better one, but my name for Frankie right now is Fun Facts Frankie. Fun Facts Frankie. Okay, Jeremy, I'm going easy on you tonight. You take on our kickers. Last year wasn't so bad, but prior our punting used to make me cringe. No stats. We were talking about what the heart says. Let her rip. Okay, so this is the thing about kick. I could do that. I'll do this, and then Nick, you could join in too. I'm gonna give a take on the kickers. Okay, first of all, I want to say, as somebody who already told everybody that my worst moment was a Jets fan was caused by by a kicker letting us down and failing us. I'm very sensitive to the fact that kicker is a very important position. As somebody who watched the Giants lose to the Bears in 1985 in the playoffs at a time where I was rooting for all New York teams, so I was upset by it. Sean Landeta dropping the ball in the end zone was not a good moment. So having a punter that, by the way, aside from that, Sean Landeta was a very good punter. But having a good, reliable punter, having a good, reliable kicker is a very important component of an NFL team. But I will say it is the last piece of the puzzle in priority. And when I say that is, I don't care that the Jets had sucky kicking the past few years because it didn't matter. They sucked. Like the Jets sucked. Having a good kicker wasn't going to change the team. I didn't think, the first thing we need to repair is kicker. So when people were giving JD 12 months ago and saying he sucks at getting a kicker, it's awful, why won't he get a kicker? I didn't care. I said he better get a kicker within the next 2 years. Like when we become a playoff team, we better have a kicker. Now we've expedited it because this year, the way things are shaping up, I think that it's fair to say that there's a chance we could become a playoff team. I think it's fair. I'm not saying it's very likely, but I'm saying it's fair because we have enough people that if everything clicked the right way, it's hard to justify saying that we don't have a shot. So this is the point where I think a kicker is important. It's not like last year. This year, I don't want to take a chance that we're in the hunt in December and we blow it and we don't make the playoffs because of kicker. That is not cool with me. So
I like what happened with Pinero last year. Except for a blocked extra point, he was perfect. If you look at his career before he got hurt on the Chicago Bears, he's a good kicker. There's nothing wrong with him. He's not exceptional. He doesn't have a big leg that's going to kick the 55-yarders. He's not Jason Elam. He's like Connor McGovern. He's serviceable. He's solid. He's good at his position. He didn't do anything wrong and did nothing for us to not like him. Now, we bring in Zerline. Zerline has the big leg, could make the big kicks, but he has not been that good the past 2 years. But he has receipts. He's been one of the best kickers in the NFL at the same time, and he's very experienced. I don't care which one. I don't have one that I really care about and really is supporting over the other. I'm hoping that our organization makes the right decision and chooses the right guy, because now I'm very concerned and value the position, because now we might actually be in some big games where we care about who the kicker is. So we have to get that worked out. I'm okay with our current punter. So he got hurt last year. Other than that, I'm okay with him. If he struggles this year, then he's gone. But I don't lose sleep at night with punter. We'll find a punter if he doesn't work out and he's not the guy. But I'm okay with him. If he's the Brandon Mann that he was 2 years ago, I'm okay with our punter. What do you think, Nick?
I agree with the last part. I think Brandon Mann, healthy, is an above-average punter in the league. For the kicker situation,
yeah,
if we could find somebody to fix Amendola's mechanics to make him more consistent, because don't forget, we signed him back too. I don't know if he's still there, but we signed him at the end of the season. He missed a kick from 55 yards that missed about 12, 13 yards up the goalpost. I mean, that thing would have been good from 65, 68 yards. He booted the hell out of that, but he missed it right. I'm enamored with a big leg, but you got to be consistent. It doesn't matter if you can throw the ball 80 yards, right? If you can't hit a guy on a slant, you're useless as a quarterback, right? The same thing, in theory, goes for the kicker. If you're kicking the ball 70 yards, but you can't hit a 42-yarder, you're useless as a kicker. So we got a competition. I hope we're finally at the point where it's not taking the lesser of three evils. I hope somebody legitimately goes and outright wins the job. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want guys to lose the job. I want someone to go win the job. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, I
Matt Amendola, right?
Yeah.
What was the name?
Amendola.
I mean, the guy's got the gigantic leg. He's muscular as hell. When we won the game against the Titans last year in the locker room, he was standing there without a shirt on for the speech. And I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? And then I realized it was the kicker. When I saw his face, I was like, holy crap, our kicker looks like Randy Macho Man Savage. So, like, but you're no good. If you can't make the easy ones, you're no good from us. Whoa, what the hell's going on here?
We got spam.
Hey, Jay, I'll be back, man. I'm going to go check out this adult site that's spamming you right now, right?
Okay.
Have you caught this in the chat? Have you seen this?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
Okay. I mean, I'll let you know about the site. I'm definitely going to check it out. And look who pops in.
Iowan?
He heard that. He hasn't been near me for 15 minutes. He heard that, and he dove in to take a peek.
Oh, my God. It's because Iowan also just suddenly jumped in as soon as the porn stuff started coming. So, okay, so here's the deal. So there's another thing I'm taking care of right now. So,
yeah, I'm not in the I'm on my phone. If I was on the laptop, I would have blocked them already for you.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, guys, I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everybody that took so long, because I should have done it a long time ago. I'm sorry, Modine. I mean, you can watch if you want to watch, but you're not. You put down Frankie. I mean, and I don't even care that you put me down. You want to give me shit and talk about the viewers I have, and you want to talk about me in the chat, go ahead. I honestly don't care. But if you're going to start putting down other people and you're going to start putting Frankie down on my channel, I'm not going to be associated with that. I'm not
What
going
happened?
to.
What I miss?
He's saying all kinds of shit about Frankie.
Who is? I'm not in the chat.
Modine. So I'm just saying, like that's not okay with me, guys. Don't put down other YouTube content providers, especially ones that I respect. Don't go at them and expect to be allowed to comment on my channel or be anywhere near my community, because I will not tolerate that. Okay? Frankie works his tail off for this community. He works his tail off. He puts hours and hours of his life into it. And believe me, the money is never going to justify the effort. It never will on YouTube. So don't come in here and talk crap. If you don't like a YouTube content provider, then you don't have to like them. Don't watch their channel, but don't come into my channel and start talking bad about them and saying crap about
or go
them.
call them out on their channel where they can defend themselves and they can rebuttal.
Right. Exactly.
Just do what Jeremy does here. Just talk shit about me.
Right. I'll talk. We'll
Right.
talk about,
you agreed with that so quick.
We could talk about Nick. We could talk about Nick all day. But but in seriousness, if somebody came in here and put down your channel, they're gone.
Oh yeah, no, I know how you are. I know how loyal you are, man. I don't question that. But this is my niche in the show, right? Like I make light of the situation after I see your face turning beet red.
No, I get it.
I kind of bring you back down. I got to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah. Let's remind people, and I'm not talking to you, John Nolte, because I know that you're saying you like Frankie for a different reason, and that's what you meant. Because I know you watch him because he's super informative, and that's just your thing. And you watch me for the laughs and the food and other reasons, right? So I mean that's all fine. But like GB said, like Frankie's the man. Like, so everybody, so I don't want anybody. That's the thing that you could say about Frankie in the comment, in the comments. And that's the only kind of material. The same thing with Green Bean, same thing with Ryan, same thing with Matt or Larry, same thing with Buffalo. Like, this is not the place to come and insult my friends. So don't do it.
That's respectable, man.
Yeah. Some people think I'm going to be okay with it because, but it's like I'm talking about their channel and saying his channel is good. Like I hate when people do that. I see people do that on I was on X Factor, and there was a total moron in X Factor doing that. Oh, I like you, Joe. You're the only good YouTube content provider. The other ones are cheerleaders. And I'm just thinking, look at this guy kissing Joe Blewett's ass. And Joe Blewett told him, he put it up. He saw it. He goes, I collaborate with those people. He goes, like, if he's like, so I appreciate you liking my channel, but like, don't try to get on someone's good side by putting other people down. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's that's a trash move. That's a trash move. I'm sorry to everybody if I'm moving the camera around, but I'm on the couch. I'm holding the phone.
Frank, you should publicly thank you for
those that don't know who weren't here earlier. I got my son here with me, and he's watching. We got the laptop hooked up to the TV to watch Peacock for SummerSlam. So if I'm moving the camera around too much, I apologize, guys.
Yeah. And here's this. Look at this. You got me on Green.
I apologize to everyone outside of the state of Iowa.
And Captain, I'll get you on this show anytime you want, man. I know we've had trouble because of the time thing and your life's been crazy, but I still want to talk about all the things that you've done in your life the last 6 months. Captain K Techno has an interesting story. I want to get you on, buddy. So let me know because we got to talk about it. Besides, I could listen to the Irish accent for hours. So.
Yeah, I don't like that movie either. Like I'm a firm believer of if you're going to talk shit about somebody, talk it to them. Like, don't talk behind someone's back. So I didn't see it either. Like I said, I don't see the chat when I'm on the phone. I got to go into the chat to find it, so it's not constantly scrolling on the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't like that move.
Okay, you're right. Change of topic. And I'll let you decide. Defense with championship. Mekhi Becton called Richard Cimini a weirdo. I like when the players stand up for themselves. Do
you think? Can I ask you before you get deep into your thought? Do you think he was standing up for himself, or do you think it's just him not liking Cimini? Because I didn't find anything wrong with Cimini's tweet. He tweeted the truth.
What truth do you think? What do you think this had to do with?
Samini tweeted that Becton was laboring a little bit and took off his helmet and was down on all fours during one of the drills. Becton replied with his tweet, "Yeah, mention the part where I got up and like labored through it, you weirdo."
It's because of the negative connotation. Like a lot of the offensive linemen get on their knee and take a knee as they're like in between drills because that's what camp is. Remember, you used to call it Hell Week in high school football camp? Like it's supposed to be. You're in 95-degree temperature with horrible humidity. You're supposed to be laboring. The offensive linemen were all laboring. Watch the press conferences. Watch the press conferences after that practice. Mekhi Becton sounded fine. McGovern was panting. He could barely talk. He was drinking water. Like, look.
To be fair, I was panting in the air-conditioned apartment watching the video. How humid it was the other day.
Right. He hasn't played. I'm not even attacking Samini. I'm not even going to attack him. I'm going to say Mekhi Becton hasn't. And Salah said this. He hasn't played football in a year. And you should. And I know this. I was once training for a half marathon. Okay. And I was running 6-7 miles, no problem. Right. I was like getting in great shape and I wasn't even breathing that hard. And then I started playing basketball. And in 10-15 minutes, I was almost throwing up because you're doing something different. Nothing he could do could replicate the drills on a football field in 95-degree weather. He's working out in a gym, which 72 degrees. It's not humid and hot. So, I mean, I'm not going to worry. And I'm not going to worry about him because that was literally after the first few practices, right? Day 1 or day 2. All we care about, and you've said this yourself, Dick, all you care about is what? Day 1, right? 9/11. Game 1, steps onto that field. That's when you care about what kind of shape he's in. The next 5 weeks the whole point is to get into football playing shape, right?
Yeah. No, 100%, man. I don't care about any drama. Did you see the video I sent you on your phone? Speaking of drama, my son found it on TikTok. Josh Allen and Josh Phillips, the defensive lineman. The defensive lineman hit Josh Allen late today. Allen shoved Phillips, and then like everyone came in, and then a safety jumped on the top of the pile. Like at the end, like it was nuts.
Wow!
Like how do you hit Josh Allen?
That's really stupid. You say, I hope that's the crap we never have to put up.
Like that's the shit I don't want to see from our camp.
Right?
No cheap shots. Like, listen, we know damn well when pads go on next week, offensive linemen, defensive linemen are going to get in the scuffles. When you're going at the same guy day after day after day, you're going to get frustrated, right? I've had it with my Pop Warner team. Every level of football's had it. When you're going at it and you can't wait to hit someone in a different color jersey finally, stress and frustration mounts. But I mean, if our biggest issue is the media guy and an offensive lineman going at it, we sign up for that, right?
Yeah.
Like we said about Zach and his mother's friend a couple weeks ago. If that's the worst thing that happens to us in the offseason, I think that's a very good offseason. If the worst thing to camp comes is players and media not getting along, I'm fine with it. Because you know what? For so many years, players hadn't been able to voice their opinions, and now they have their social medias to do it. They haven't wanted to do it in front of the media. They're getting coached up by the PR team. So I'm completely fine with anybody bickering, going back and forth with the media, just as long as it's not the guys in the same uniform, right? We don't want any problems with the team. If the team's going to unite for a common cause against the media, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, I
don't want to see any problems amongst the players.
I like our team culture the way it is now. I agree, and hopefully it stays that way, and that's my expectation. And that's the way it's been since Salah stepped into the building. So, that's like one thing nobody can knock our coach on is that we have a great culture right now in that building. Yeah. That's what we love.
We really do. And it got there so quickly, right?
That's what great leadership is.
I was listening earlier. Do you mind if I comment on Quan real quick? I know you covered it.
Sure, but I wanted to say one thing. I wasn't going to put down Rich Samini on this one. What I was going to say is I think Mekhi Becton was basically saying to him, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, why is everything I do such a story? Like, I think he's just saying it's like so weird. Like, why did they keep obsessing over me? Everything I do. Let's just wait for the season. The guy is just I think all Becton wants is the season to start so he can just play and just say, look,
and be great, and just everybody just shut up and love him already. Like I think he's just like, I can't address all this. Like like he's probably thinking, what else do I have to do to address all this? Like, I'm getting ready for week 1. I've been in the building for 40 days working my ass off. I look great. I'm in shape. I'm 363. I'm in playing weight. I'm doing what everybody wanted me to do. Just let me be. Just let me be.
Yeah.
And, and week 1, if he sucks and he plays awful, we're going to give him shit. Everyone's going to give him shit because that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And if he plays great, everyone's going to be happy. But I think that's what he was basically saying. Like, basically, stop obsessing over me. Just let's find someone else. There's other people to talk about,
Yeah, and Samini did before the tweet. I believe Samini he does his live videos from camp every day, like a catch up of the day, like a 1 to 2 minute video. And he said in it, to his credit, he did get up and finish the drills. So I don't know. I know there's tension there amongst them too, but I don't know. It is what it is at this point. Can you believe that we got Quan Alexander for $1.2 million? Is that more impressive than anything else?
Yeah, I think that the amazing thing. I think that the amazing thing about that, and we haven't talked about that, and that is a good point. Forgetting about the fact that we got Quan Alexander, who brings depth and all that good stuff. I think we didn't even talk about the price. Like, how did you get him for that price? He's practically free.
I mean, you got to find linebackers to that price when you're paying Mosley $18 million. So we're paying $20 million for our starting linebackers, 18 to Mosley, $2 million for Williams and Quan combined, right?
Yeah.
So it's I want my apology next. Stop moving your damn camera. God damn you.
Oh, check it out.
Yeah, sorry, Iwan. The boy, we got SummerSlam on, hooked up to the TV, buddy. I didn't even know there was going to be a show, and then I saw Jeremy hop on, and I'm like, oh crap! Let me get in here for a little bit because I felt bad that I missed hosting last night.
Welcome to Ab Lab Studios. It's great to see you, man. I'm really
nice, man. Welcome.
Yeah, you've been gone for a while, so I was happy to see you back because I had seen you a while back. I know you're probably really busy. I'm guessing that's the name of your company, Ab Lab Studios or something. Maybe I'm wrong. But welcome back. It's good to see you. And yes, this is the way it should be. We are Jets Nation. We're all connected. Haters go elsewhere. Exactly. We got to stay one. We can't attack each other. We could have different thoughts and opinions and everything, but we can't attack each other. We got to be like together.
Yeah, we got to stick together and go after, was it Aaron Stewart, the Raven fan who's been popping up in all our streams as of late?
Yeah.
Aaron Stewart, is that the name?
I got Butler? Right? Aaron Butler.
Aaron Butler, yes.
Right.
That's what it was.
He's the only one that
united, man.
He's the only one has the right to fight with us because at least he's not a Jet fan, so he has the right to fight it in a sense. It's understandable we fight with him.
Yeah, the Quan deal, man.
No.
I get it. He's a little older. He's long in the tooth, right? But
yeah,
the last 3 years, he's still done an outstanding job with, I think he's 4th in linebackers in the least amount of yards per reception when thrown his way in his zone. Like, he's very good with closing in, his closing in speed, his tackle in the open field, cutting off the lanes for, what the hell?
What?
Kid Rock is sitting in the front row with a woman who's like 500 pounds.
Maybe
and just made out with her as like a joke, I guess, on camera. But it was just funny to see.
Wow.
But yeah, man, I think we're something that I was thinking, and I've said it a couple times on Twitter and social media, is I'm 43. I know you're older than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time we've ever seen a defense built on speed.
Yeah.
We've been a powerful defense throughout the years. We've had flashes with like a John Abraham, but when you look at Revis wasn't the fastest guy in the world, right? He was more of a technician. We got Sauce and Reed, and now we got Carter. We got guys on the back end. Our D line with Lawson, JJ, Huff, Martin. The linebackers with Quincy and Quan. We're legitimately starting to see a team that's going to fly around the field. And we've never seen that, right? We've been a strong. Mo Lewis was a big, methodical linebacker. Marvin Jones, David Harris. None of these guys were like speedsters, right? Kyle Clifton. None of them have ever been the fastest guys in the league, right? But now you're looking at a team that's going to be able to fly and get to the ball. So it's exciting, man. You know me. As much as I'm going to root for the offense, I'm a defensive guy at heart. I love a good defensive scheme, shutting down the other team's offense. I love that sack on third down. You know, I'm the one up chanting defense and getting the crowd going when it's 2nd and 8. I don't even wait for third down. So I'm very, very excited about the speed and the ability of this defense. Now, granted, it's all got to come together. They got to absorb the scheme. They got to play together. They got to do complementary football. Something we haven't had since the Rex years was the pass rush helping the secondary helping the pass rush. You know, we got playmakers on all 3 levels. I don't think there's any reason we can't be a top 15 defense this year. I really don't. And along with the offense, ball control, third down conversion rates, lengthening drives, time of possession, it's only going to help the defense, right? So it's going to be complementary football with the defense, and it's also going to be complementary football, offense and defense. Like, we're all going to help one another. So it's going to be really, really fun to see what this team is this year and can become long-term.
Yeah.
So that's my technical coach speak for, holy shit, this is going to be awesome. That's the short version of it.
Well, you're right. And to Maximilian, my answer to that is just simply, when we say, for me, 1.2 million is not anything but chump change. It would change my life. But what's the league minimum? Like 750,000?
Yeah. This cap hit's like 878 or something like that.
Right. So you're talking about getting a guy with experience that knows the system, that's a proven NFL player and an asset, for the price that we are forced to pay anyone, even like when we sign someone from the practice squad. It's pretty, it's pretty impressive we got him for that price. I thought he'd be a $3 to $4 million guy.
All right,
I don't know. I thought he'd be $3 to $4 million. Dom C would be tomorrow. I'll ask him what he was expecting. He usually nails that down. What are you doing? Why are you talking low? You can't hear me?
And when my son hooks the wired ones from my phone up to his phone, he started hearing you in his phone. My phone was giving my wired speakers the audio without being hooked up to my phone.
Oh, but everybody else can hear me, right? Okay. Oh no, I'd have a million chats right now saying we can't hear you. Okay. If I'm coming out on your son's phone, that's really cool. Let me tell him advice.
It's as soon as he plugs these into his phone, the audio on my phone cuts out and starts playing on these, which is hooked up to his phone. They're wired buds, but they're working wirelessly. It makes no sense.
I was gonna start giving him advice, like, about how to do drugs without dad finding out, that kind of stuff.
Oh man, yeah, he wanted to listen to, I guess, TikTok or something, and I hear him sit next to me. He goes, "I hear you and Jeremy on this phone."
So, how did that match go that you wanted to watch?
Oh, Pat McAfee is a star, man. He's a YouTube star. And he's a wrestling star. Like, Pat McAfee is just, he could take over wrestling if he wanted to. His matches are just fantastic. Granted, he hasn't spent 10, 12 years coming up through the ranks to do it. So, like, he can do the highlight stuff because he doesn't have that wear and tear on his body that a lot of guys his age do.
Yeah. I want to hear defense wins championships in the Jets lounge. he probably was one of the speakers when it happened, but there was like a 2-week period where we were like fighting with the Miami Dolphin fans on Twitter. Like it was in the lounge and it was like wars would erupt. They'd be screaming at each other, going back and forth. And I didn't know anybody except Sack Exchange, so I didn't pay attention to who the people were. I know Rusty's always in there, and Pat Dunn is there sometimes, and
what
Riley.
on Twitter, the Jets Lounge?
Yeah, like I know some of the guys' names, but I didn't know defense yet. And but I'm sure he was one of the speakers. And now I really want to go back and listen to it because I think probably Defense Wins Championships probably ripped those Miami guys into shreds. Like I want to hear what he did and how mad he must have got at them when they were talking crap about our team.
Back in the 90s, man, before the Patriots became the Patriots, the Dolphins were our most hated rivals, right?
Yeah.
And there was a time in 1998, 98, the year we were really good, 12-4. And we were at this place called Rugs and Riffies. And it's in Woodbridge, right by the police station. It's not there anymore, but the place used to have gigantic wings. The wings were like full-size drumsticks. They weren't like wings. They were gigantic. And we're there watching a game, and the Jets were beating the Dolphins, and a Dolphin couple turned around and was talking shit towards us, our table. We had like 8 of us. And then I said something back, being my young, wise-ass self. And then the wife didn't like what I said, and she stood up and said something. And then my sister stood up and was like, "That's my brother, bitch. You better sit down or I'll knock you out while he knocks your husband out." And I'm like, holy shit, we just turned into Shane and Stephanie McMahon. Like, we're about to kill this movie.
That's funny.
Oh, you got another thing in the chat going here.
Oh, here we go.
You got another...
I know,
and my son just raced to grab his phone to see what the ad is, because my son follows your channel as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually the one who told me you were live today. He's like, Jeremy just went live.
That's the adult dating site?
Love chat. I'll take 2 to go.
It's hard. It's always so hard to know which one to use. Like I'm trying to block them, but it's really like I'm removing, but then it's blocked, and it's like, okay, but I got it. I'm getting it now. Crazy. Okay, this one was hidden, so I want to now remove it.
Are you excited for this match?
Yeah.
Do you know what the biggest problem with this, with the spam, is that sometimes, and this happens to Green Bean, it's happened to me, we hit it really quick to get rid of it, and then we hit it, but we accidentally highlight someone's name. Like we'll hit Iowa Jets fan by accident and remove and block that user from the channel.
Please do.
And then
please, that would be the greatest gift that this channel ever got. We keep the porn spammer, and we get rid of Iowan, the porn sex tape guy.
I mean, oh my god!
Do not click on anything that they put, dumbass. All right. Sorry, I got a parent once in a while.
Yeah, let him know that it's not funny, because when you hit on that, if it's on the computer, it's
Uncle Jeremy will give you the sites to go to. You don't have to follow.
Uncle Jeremy will give you the safe sites.
When Jeremy comes out, Uncle Jeremy will give you all the passwords you need.
The NFL minimum is about $700K, but SB went Super Bowl get an additional $330. Perhaps Salah sold him on that. Check it out. They get $330,000 right if they win the Super Bowl. I'd take $100 of my hard-earned money and put it on the Jets to win the Super Bowl, and all I get is $13,000 if they win. And I had to risk $100. These guys get $330,000. And they don't have to pay $100.
Twisted goes, Nick, your son has the same name as my son. I'm pretty sure he's taken when I called him dumbass. I've been watching on Peacock. I'm watching Married with Children. I'm up to season 8. Man, I love television back then, man. You can't get away with the stuff that's said nowadays. Or you couldn't get away with the stuff that was said back then.
Yeah, just unbelievable.
My spam is much more subtle.
before defense wins championships. He got here 2 hours after I started, so he's like, he doesn't realize this show breaks down. We can't talk about football for that long, and we start talking about food and everything else.
Food, porn, parenting. We cover all the important topics.
I think the point is with Quan Alexander is to get a contributor at that price is like, how did he do it? Because I mean, come on, you're telling me no other team wanted him for that price? Like he definitely had a choice of teams at that price. I mean,
Maybe he thinks he can come here and star in Salah's defense and get another payday. That's why it's a 1-year deal, right? Like a mutual agreement. We help you, you help us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you need guys like this. We need some of the hold the fort guys that Parcells always talks about, because you can't draft your entire talent roster in one offseason. As many draft picks as Joe has tried to accumulate the last couple of years, we still need a good 3-4 years of good drafting to replenish our team and get our team where we want to be.
Yeah.
The goal is not to be paying Tomlinson $13 million off the free agent market. The goal eventually is to have all of our guys be drafted, and very rarely be like the Packers, the Steelers, very rarely have to go out and sign free agents.
Yeah. Sluggo says, watch Quan ball. I think that there's a very good chance that he's going to, that's his thinking. I'm going to come in. I'm going to be part of something special here. I know the system. I'm going to play it really well. I'm going to contribute to this team. They're going to pay me $4 to $5 million for 2 to 3 year contract at the end of next year. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, get one more payday, right?
One more
Either cash in here or in Miami. That's going to run our scheme. San Francisco, somewhere.
Yep. And Jets 82, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy, welcome.
How you doing?
Bless you. Thank you.
Maybe Quan's choice is whether you take 1-2 now or hope someone gets hurt and get paid more, but waiting is risky. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm all for it. I'm all for the guy being here. From our group text with Dom and Adam, Kevin and Tigo, we've all brought this name up for months. We've all wanted him. I don't think any of us thought it would be 1.2. I don't think anybody thought that this would be the price. We probably were guessing between 5 and 8 million, right?
Yep. Hey, Arkansas, you know who didn't beat deadlocked in geometry? Dash, do you know who didn't do that? Iowa Jets fan didn't do that because he's from Iowa. And Arkansas is better at geometry. How you all doing our players' numbers at this point? I know about half the starters. The new number system messed me up. I guess I need flashcards or something. You think you need flashcards? I'm going to be doing watch parties. I'm going to have to call out their names. So like last year, I was like, the number 23 guy. And so my brother's like somebody's like in the chat. You mean Tavon Coleman? Like people are like saying, Jeremy, you idiot. Like, I'm like, who's that? And I'm like yelling out the number and they're like, Quinnen Williams. I was like, oh. I was like,
I love that you do the watch party. I get too intense during the game. Like my phone goes away. I don't text. I don't tweet. I don't Facebook. I don't nothing. People know you can't get in touch with me till halftime. And if we're doing well, I call Jets fans. We discuss the game real quick, and then the kickoff comes. Phone goes back away. Like I can't. I can't. Like I might try to hop in if we're up big. Like I might hop on with you one day, but literally I'm too intense, man.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I wouldn't be able to focus. I'm loud.
Green Bean once like in the very beginning when I was covering with him, like talked me off a roof and said he goes we gotta stay calm or what we're doing the watch party, man. And the other thing that Green Bean once said to me after we went off after a game was he said we got to learn these numbers, man.
Yeah,
because we can't hear. We're talking. We have to hear each other, so we can't really hear the game as much. And if they don't say the name of the player who made the tackle, which sometimes the announcers are bullshitting and they forget to do that, like they don't give the information that you need. And you're trying to look. I'm like sitting. I got my computer. I'm trying to look at the TV and get the guy's name, but the camera's flying everywhere, and they don't get the player's back of his jersey. And I'm like, I just need to know the numbers. I need to be able to look at any number on the Jets and know who it is. Because
Hey,
otherwise,
Matthias, what's up, buddy?
Matthias is here?
Yeah,
Matthias.
I've catch up the chat. Arkansas.
Okay.
Gin Pop is here. What's up, guys? Sergeant Mike just showed up.
Matthias is a very, very important man on Facebook. Isn't he like the admin of some big group?
What did I just miss?
I thought I saw that. I thought I saw a group on Facebook where Matthias was like the admin. If it's the right
Greenhouse Football. Matthias runs Greenhouse Football.
It's very good
impressive group. A lot of posts, a lot of interaction. It's definitely worth. If you're on Facebook, guys, it's definitely a group worth
very
joining.
Impressive. Jim Park is here too. Jim Park. I like Jim Park, but I don't want to get Jim Park. I don't like anything. I don't want to get anything that has the name Pock in it. I don't want monkey pox. I don't want the chicken pox.
But you're okay with gin. As long as there's gin, you're good.
I don't want to get Jim Park, but I like to hang out and talk with Jim Park. The Jets have always had an issue with their announcers, haven't they?
Their announcers?
Like the announcers
on the radio?
No, I'm not talking about the radio. I'm talking about the TV.
Oh, well, it's not their announcers. It's right. CBS's announcers. Right. It's just we've been bad for so long, we get the shitty teams.
Right.
They don't. We get the bottom. As we get better, we'll get into the Nance and the Romos. That's the goal, right? You want Nance and Romo picking your game.
Yeah. Of course, you're a fan favorite, Arkansas. I think that Sluggo is saying that he can't pronounce the name of half the players. I think we got a reasonably easy team of players as far as pronouncing their names for the most part, right? I mean, like Breece Hall is pretty easy. Bryce Hall is pretty easy. Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson. These are easy names. Corey Davis. Michael Carter II. Like, I'm trying to think who has a difficult name. DJ Reed. I think our tight ends, Ozuga. I always struggle with that one with CJ.
Yeah, you just say CJ and we know.
Yeah, I gotta say CJ because I can never say his last name. I don't know why.
Tyler Conklin.
I say Chuga.
Corey Davis. Chuga. Braxton Berrios. I don't know anyone with the hard name.
And McGovern.
Connor McGovern. Elijah Vera Tucker. Becton.
Whitehead.
Yeah, Pinnock.
Right. So yeah, I know their names. Yeah, their names aren't hard to say.
Might be hard to remember because we have a lot of guys who haven't hit the mainstream yet. What's up, Matt? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, if you want to stay a moderator on this channel, you got to be here earlier, Matt. I needed you to block somebody, and you weren't here to do it. And I needed you to get rid of some spam.
He was on the porn site that was spamming. That's why he couldn't block them.
Instead of blocking the porn site, Matt clicked on it. The chaos, the greenhouse. Okay, the greenhouse. Cool. Don't thank me, promote me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, your live video yesterday when you were at work when we signed Quan?
Yeah.
The one that you I don't even want to bring up the type of meat or what you said about me in it again. We already went through that. But I was laughing because when I started watching the video live, it was me, Grandizer, Mark Brisk. Everybody, like the first 12 comments were all moderators. And I was like, what, did Jeremy make everybody a moderator? Because every comment had the blue writing and the wrench. I was like, Jeremy has 1,200 moderators, and we still couldn't get the porn people out of here.
Well, what happens is as the channel grows, which hopefully it will, especially through this season, because I was told there's a lot of potential to grow the channel when the football season actually starts. If the channel grows to a lot of people where one day, if it happens, where one day I have over 100 people in here at a time, normally. Like if I'm one day 110 in the chat, 110, in the stream, 115, whatever it is, you need to have like 8 people that are moderators, like a bunch, because they're not always going to be in. Like, so, like you want to have a lot, so there's always at least 1 or 2 moderators in, because if you have only 1 or 2 and they're not there,
You have no moderators, and the spam
Yeah.
comes like crazy. People come in and say inappropriate things. So
Yeah.
it's gonna right now. It's small enough to control, but it's going to be an important job if the channel grows.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
So you just hit these you hit up these early people because they're going to be people you trust that you've known forever that you know are going to protect your channel.
I shut the sound off a lot, Matthias. If there's like an injury, I'll put it on. But there's times where I'd rather have the radio on and listen to Bob Wischusen and Marty, and then and watch the game instead of having the bad CBS crew on. Who's the bad crew this year? Jay Feely was one of the analysts.
Oh yeah,
he went from being a sideline guy to being in booth analyst. You know what? I got to give Mark Sanchez credit, man. I think Mark Sanchez does a really good job on Fox. And they're debating putting him as the number one guy until Brady comes in. Now that Aikman's gone.
Yeah.
That's it? NFL Stadium? That's it? The SummerSlam attendance it's in Tennessee at the Titans Stadium, Nissan Stadium, and they got 48,000. I'm like, that's it for NFL Stadium with people on the ground as well?
It's crazy. Snowball's asking.
We're spoiled up here with MetLife fitting 82.
So Sergeant Mike, that's actually even a better point. Like we don't have to wait to the end of the year. Why even let him become a free agent? Like maybe like in the middle of the season, if he's really performing for us, we just lock him in. That's just like we did with JFM. We just get him locked. And you don't know. You never know. Quinton Williams might get a contract somewhere in midseason, right? During the year. So you never know.
I saw Dom saying he's got YouTube TV. Dom, if you get Paramount Plus, you get CBS Live. That's how my brother-in-law watches it. He cut cable, but he's got Paramount Plus, so he could watch the NFL games on there.
Yeah, Snowball, he talked crap about Frankie from Flatbush. Like he started saying inappropriate things about him in the chat. So that's that's why he's banished. That's why.
Oh, you blocked him?
Oh, I blocked him. I removed him. Yeah.
Okay.
I know sometimes it always sucks to block somebody because you lose somebody. You care about numbers.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, like, if you
want
have
quality over quantity, though, right?
Yeah. Well, you can't sit there. I mean, I'm trying to get I'm over 1,000. I'm trying to get eventually to 5,000, 6,000. You can't let 1, 2, even 10 people ruin your whole product or upset people because you're worried about 10 people. It's like as much as it sucks, it's just like you just do it and you move on.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
How haven't you blocked Iowan yet then with that scenario?
I fucking love Iowan, dude.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
I love this guy. Are you kidding me?
I do too, man. He's a good dude. He's a real good dude.
Look, dude, like even if I was told you're guaranteed there's gonna be tons of food at that tailgate party, there's no way you're not gonna have tons of food. I'm still getting bagels with cream cheese just to make sure if they're too busy and they don't get one by that point, that I get to hand Iowa a bagel with cream cheese.
Yeah. No, we'll
so I could share the culture.
We'll be good.
I want to share the food of my people with him.
Yeah.
He's probably never seen
tailgate.
He's probably never
tailgate
seen
spot.
a Jewish person before in person.
My tailgate spot, we do we bring in a guy who has a tailgate business 1 game a year where we all chip in, and the guy's got like the propane tank with the torch, and he does like nachos with like pulled pork all over them and torches it and melts the cheese and everything. And we do a pig roast, and it's professional cooking all day. Like none of us have to cook. And that's at the Cincinnati game, week 3. I was hoping it was week 1 because it would have been off the hook. But yeah, that'll be week 3 this year, the second home game.
Hey fellers to you, John Hepburn. Hey John, are you going to the opener? People got to start telling me if they're going to the opener because I'm going to literally write a list to make sure I say hello to everyone. I get to meet everybody. I need to know everyone that's going to be there. We need to make.
You got to get a a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet with this person arrives at this time at this section. This person arrives at this time at this section. I'm going to be at this section at this time. Anyone, what time are you getting there? Do you know how early you're getting there yet?
Green Bean, I assume, is going to go early. Like, I'm going to meet him at Sac Exchange's house where Green Bean is staying. Like, my buddy's going to drop me off at his house, or I'm going to take a Lyft or an Uber, and we're going to go in together. And I have a very difficult time believing Green Bean's not going to want to get there early because he's into it. Like, he wants to go. He doesn't want to.
Yeah. You're not sleeping in that day. That's Christmas morning.
Right.
We're all going to be up early.
Christmas morning. Green Bean's going to want to be there. So I'm going to be where he needs me to be when he needs me to be there, so I can get my ass over there with him. And I'm hoping it's early because I want to get there. I want to party, and and I want time to really talk to everybody. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
There's so many of us.
You
know what's gonna be weird about us? We've never met in person, but I know within 5 seconds when I land and you pick me up, within 5 seconds, it's not gonna feel like that. It's gonna feel like we've been friends for forever, like normal friends. Like, it's not even gonna feel like, oh, we've never met in person. Like, so it's weird. It's not gonna feel like that at all. It's gonna feel like we're gonna be buds right away.
It's gonna be awkward watching you run with a suitcase chasing the car, but other than that, once you finally catch it, it's gonna be normal.
I was gonna say it's gonna only be 10 seconds since you have me in a headlock, giving me noogies for everything I've said.
Nah, man, it's gonna be a blast. What happened? It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a fun time. When are you heading to Staten Island? Are you Friday night? I got to get you out there. Or is someone coming to get you?
I don't know if I could wait till Friday night because we could hang out during the day. But at some point, the people who are putting me up, it's like my best friend growing up my whole life. I have to dedicate some time to spending time with him and the kids, and and being Uncle Weck with his kids, and
And then Saturday, are you going to this Coney Island thing?
Yes, definitely, 100%.
All right, then I'll talk to Mark and we'll make our way out there too.
Yeah. So I'll be that's why I want to be at his house Friday night, because I have to spend some time with him.
And Sunday.
Saturday is busy, Sunday's busy, and then Monday I leave for the airport. So that's gonna suck, by the way. That's gonna be the worst day of the year for me. That Monday when I'm going back to the airport to fly back and have to work the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And leave everybody after all that.
Are they getting you to the airport who you're staying with, or do I have to?
Oh,
we can talk all about this often.
Oh, yeah. No. My friend in Staten Island, like on that Monday, they'll get me to the airport. Like his job is to drive around the states. He's a sales guy. His job is to drive around the tri-state area.
Okay.
So he'll probably arrange one of his calls to be in Jersey so he can drive me to the airport first. Something. They also got kids and nephews, like the whole family there, that are now, when I left, they were teenagers. Now they're driving. So they're like, I think he's got a couple of them even saying, because they think it would be really cool. Oh, I'll drive Uncle Weck to the airport.
Nice.
They call me Weck.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, well,
we bullied him.
All right, brother. I'm going to head out. We got the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match coming on.
Oh my God. Okay.
So I will talk to you soon.
Okay, I got to figure out how to illegally get that. Okay.
So what?
How can I illegally watch that fight? Like, I'm wondering.
You can look in your text message, and I'll give you my name and password for Peacock.
Beautiful. All right, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right. I'll talk to you later, everyone. I know we got a bunch of new viewers since I left earlier. Proud New York Jets fans, give us a follow. Jeremy comes on there on Friday nights. You better get an eye on it. Dom. I like you, Dom. I like you, buddy, but we might have to throw down, man. I tell you what, I'll take pork roll. You take Taylor ham. We'll throw it at one another, and only one of us could win.
Okay, cool. We're gonna do this. Cool, John. We will do the cyclone thing together. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't do roller coasters, but I'll go. I'll go for the day. I'll go to hang out. I'll go out to eat.
It's gonna be great, man. We're gonna get LMB Spumoni Gardens. It's gonna be great. We're gonna I'm gonna get a hot dog first. I'm gonna go beforehand. I don't know when we meet, but I'm gonna try to see if there's time to get a hot dog first. I'm gonna because I got to experience Nathan's, and then after the roller coaster and all that, we go to L&B Spumoni Gardens. I can't wait for that. So,
What is that?
L&B Spumoni Gardens is the one place people from Brooklyn will eat thicker crust pizza and square pizza because, like, more than round. But they do it differently. They're famous. They've been open for like 90 years, and
What's a restaurant bar type of thing?
It's a pizzeria. They have a restaurant next. They have a restaurant also, but it's a pizza place. Tons of outdoor seating, and they make these square pies in trays. Like they put the
what about bar?
They put the cheese on first, and then they put this thick marinara on top with tons of grated cheese, and it's like famous. People go crazy for it. It's been around forever. And they also have the most amazing spumoni in the world.
You got spam again, buddy, popping up.
I know. They also have amazing spumoni, like the best I've ever had in my life. So it's like kind of like Ralph's Cream Ice, but even better. So anyway, L&B Spumoni Gardens is amazing. So you're going to love it.
They got a bar? Is it a bar or just restaurant?
No, it's not a bar. You just sit outside and you're eating pizza, and I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Like, and then you get spumoni for dessert. Yeah. It's not a bar.
This is where you hope it's a hot day and you bring a Gatorade with a little Tito's in there and you're good.
Yeah. Do that. You'll
Gatorade Zero, of course. No carbs. So, all right, everybody.
Everyone's saying goodbye to you. Isn't that nice?
Oh, cool. I saw Sergeant Mike. I got a notification that Sergeant Mike just subbed to the channel. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, cool.
Appreciate you.
Nice.
Hey, Dutch. I'm nobody, Dutch.
Proud New York Jets fan. Make sure you subscribe, guys.
Yeah, please.
Otherwise, you'll miss the Friday shows.
And I don't know how much longer you're going to be on, but I'll go into the chat and I'll help you out if any of that nonsense comes in.
Yep.
All right, guys. Everyone be good. Go Jets.
Absolutely, John. I dream about those French fries, brother. I dream about those French fries. My God, those French fries, my whole life I've been eating those French fries. My father grew up on Brighton 7, right by the boardwalk. And when I was a kid, visiting my grandparents, because my grandfather still lived in the apartment my father grew up in on Brighton 7, because who would ever leave? He had a view of the ocean. So my father grew up with the ocean. Like, look out the window there, open the window, air conditioning, the breeze of the ocean. And when I was a kid, we'd visit my grandfather, we'd get on the boardwalk, and we'd walk 10 minutes to Coney Island and go to Nathan's. And those French fries, man. I mean, I love hot dogs, and those are like as good as any hot dog you'll ever eat. But like those French fries, man. Remember they used to, I don't know if they still do, remember they used to come in the cup with the little red pitchfork? Man, those fries are good. But only them. You can't go to a Nathan's like only a few Nathans were good. Like when they started to chain out all over the place. Like when you go to the airport in Arizona, in Phoenix, believe it or not, there's a Nathan's. It's not the same though. It's good, but it's not the same. Like when you go to Great Adventure, the amusement park, and you go to the Nathan's in the food court, it's not the same. Nathan's was good. I've had good Nathan's in 3 places. They probably had more, but these were the 3 places that I knew you'd get good Nathan's. Coney Island, Kings Plaza. Used to go to Kings Plaza. They had enough turnover and enough people that their Nathan's was that level. And then Sunrise, like in between Queens and Long Island and Brooklyn or whatever, Sunrise Highway, there was a giant arcade and a giant Nathan's, and that Nathan's was right up there. Other than that, like the one in my neighborhood in Canarsie that opened up was never the same. It was just eating hot dogs. I mean, they were the right kind of hot dogs, but they still weren't as good. All right. Freeport Nathan's on Long Island. Is that the one I'm talking about, though? Is that the one? Like, might be the same one I'm talking about. Was it connected to a big arcade? Because if it was connected to a big arcade, then it's the one I'm thinking about. But the key thing about Nathan's is it had to be super busy, because that's how you kept the hot dogs fresh, right? Because the thing about when you went to Coney Island, or when you go to Coney Island and you get a hot dog, they don't have the company that makes the hot dogs. Now Nathan's got big. They have, it's offshore, whatever. Not offshore, but off-site manufacturing those hot dogs. Like it's a company that just makes it, uses their recipe. But when you go to Nathan's at Coney Island, I believe they still make them there. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I know that their turnover really helps. They know, first of all, they know how to cook them the right way. They snap. They have the perfect texture. I mean, they're the best hot dogs in the world when you go to Coney Island. I mean, they're the perfect hot dog. But the French fries, that's what we're talking about, man. The French fries, that's the one. Okay, yeah. I went there when I was a kid. When my friends started driving, when I was like 17 and my friends started driving, my first friend that got a car, Sean, that was one of the places we would drive to. We drive to L&B Pizza from Canarsie if we went that direction, and we would drive to that Nathan's and that arcade. Like that was a spot for us where we used to go. And then we would also go to, 86 and Bensonhurst and do that whole thing and drive down the strip. And but man, when we would go to L&B, that was just good times. I don't know, man. We got to get the info from Green Bean. Last year, I think they met like 11 a.m. I don't know. But it's just a time, by the way. It's very informal. Like there's no tickets or anything. You just show up and you meet at the, where you get onto the Cyclone. Like that's where we meet up, by the Cyclone roller coaster. And then everything will just take off from there. I'm from West 5th Street, Neptune Avenue. Also have a view of the ocean, living in Staten Island now. Oh, that's amazing, man. Yeah. I mean, I grew up as a kid going to Mrs. Stahl's Knishes. I don't know if you remember, like under the train, under the railroad, like under the L line. In Chicago, they call it an L line. But under the train, right by Brighton 7 in that area, along that street, there were all those Russian bakeries, but they were the old school Jewish Russian bakeries where you can get like the best onion rolls. And then like it changed, like it went to New Russia. Like it was like, it just wasn't the same thing. Like it wasn't those authentic onion rolls and things. But man, that was my childhood, man. I could just live off those onion rolls and spread the butter on them. Oh, so good. On the boardwalk, there was also a Knish place called Hershey's Knishes, the best in the world. Okay, still rolling. Love it. Go Jets. I like the way Buffalo checks in on me. He checks in. He's still going. I'm grinding, baby. I'm grinding. You and Mrs. Stahl's, you got the Kasha. It's a Starbucks now, or at least the last I saw it was a Starbucks. Yeah, we were like, my grandfather's apartment was 2 blocks away from that. But Mrs. Stahl's wasn't like, I love Mrs. Stahl's, don't get me wrong, but on that boardwalk, man, in between Coney Island and Brighton 7, right off Brighton 7, when you got onto the boardwalk, there was a place, Hershey's Knishes, and they were so, so good, man. Perfect. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It is time to go. By the way, Jeremy, did you see Josh Allen? Yeah, we talked about that, man. That's cool. I know, Arkansas's a kid, so he loves that stuff. Fight, 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 fight. Anyway, John, I look forward to meeting you. We'll hang out in Coney Island. It's going to be great. We're all going to have a great time. Man, what a 3 days that's going to be for me. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I can't wait. But great show, guys. Great show, Nick. Take care. I got to check my text. I think I'm going to miss the fight. I want to see this match. So I'll leave you all guys with this. I will be back tomorrow night with Dom C. We're going to be talking about who we're going to sign next. Who are the final guys that we're going to sign and bring onto this football team? What do we need to complete the roster? We're going to talk about that all tomorrow. I promise. It's going to be great. It's going to be football related. I'm not going to get off topic. I'm not going to get distracted. So now I'm going to leave you with this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go. Amazing. That's my boy. That's my boy.
He breaks away from a sack and completes the pass for first down.
Kittle just may have made the most amazing catch.
He fights for the first down and gets out of bounds, too.
It's no good. Overtime. Oh, what a catch. How do you drop that? What are you, Jamal Adams? Touchdown.
This is a touchdown all the way.
He reached over the pylon. San Francisco beat Cincinnati.